DGO.com. Homeowners nationwide are doing it. Now it's your turn. Call 888-407-7095 today. Lingo, where homeowners go to get cash. 888-407-7095.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. If you got evening plans, maybe biscuits, baseball, the news is good. We're dry through the evening hours tonight. There's a risk of some widely scattered showers, perhaps in the overnight hours. Our low temperature tonight falls to about 53. Tomorrow, Thursday, we're back to dry weather with a high up to about 74. Sun and cloud mix. On Friday, with a good bit of sun, I think we tease 80 degrees. Will be in the neighborhood. And up to about 83 perhaps on Saturday with more sun. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank, serving families and communities since 1906. Proud to be named 16th best performing bank nationally in their asset category by American Banker. Learn more at cbsbank.com. CB&S Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertising.
That is the single dumbest story I've ever heard.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Just a few hours after you guys were saying that Trump was so horrible and how could he threaten people and how could he got it done. Okay, Iran has agreed to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. In exchange, they're seeking a 2-week ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran. Now, here's what... I'm gonna let you guys go and research the whole thing. It's easy to read in articles. They have a 10-point peace treaty that they're working on. I think it's ridiculous. They're definitely not gonna get all 10 points. One of them is that Iran will have complete control over the strait going forward. Trump's not gonna go for that. Here's my main thing. I really wish, can we just acknowledge how difficult it must be to be Trump? To know that what he's doing is going to work and have so many people screaming against every decision that he makes. Like, this is why I really enjoy this guy. I like watching his leadership skills because when you are a leader, when you know what you're talking about, when you know what you're doing, there's going to be opposition from people who truly just cannot see the vision. And he has been so good at turning on blinders and ignoring the hate, ignoring the, how can you say it like that? You have to be more diplomatic. You have to be more presidential. He's like, I get it done. I get it done. And I like that about this guy, I have to say, because he let you guys scream and hoot and holler about, he's saying it horribly, how can he? And he got it done. And the entire time, his presidency now, his last term, everybody, but the left obviously primarily, just every single thing that this man tries to do, there's so much opposition. There's so much anger from the left. And even now, there's so much, dissent, even from the right. Thinking that he's not doing things perfectly. Or wondering, is he America first enough? And it's like, he knows what he's doing, guys. Let's remember that Trump is a long-time, multi-billionaire business owner. He knows how to negotiate. He knows the art of the deal. He knows how to gauge his opponent and how to meet them where they're at. As a realtor, I know what that's like. And I'm not even nearly on the level of Trump. These guys will go into a boardroom, yell at each other, threaten each other, and come out with paper signed, getting ready to go have a drink at the bar and celebrate a deal well done. So cheers to Trump. Let's see how it all goes. But can you guys just get off his back? This man knows what he's doing.
Clear the air lanes. Clear all air lanes.
Just a few hours after you guys were set.
Well, can they?
No.
No. They're mentally ill. They're mentally disturbed. Oh, there's the 25th Amendment. Let's play with that. They ignored it while Biden was fumbling around. I'm pissed. Happy hour's here. Right there, Emily.
And here they are.
Were you able, first of all, it's great to have you here.
It's great to be here.
Were you able to listen to
Joey.
during the last segment of
I
his
missed
show?
the part that you were talking about. I think I was in here.
He was talking about some law in New York where this Catholic organization will be mandated to use the proper pronouns while treating terminally ill cancer patients. It's a group of nuns. The Democrats hate all religions because their ideology is God, you see. So they're supposed to follow pronoun protocols and allow the patients in this facility sexual freedom.
Because that's important.
I'm wondering, I have known, sadly, through my life, several people who went through cancer and lost. And I've seen what the treatments do to people. And I don't think when it's just an out-and-out battle for life that sex is like a big priority. Under chemotherapy, I mean, maybe
the
I'm
strain that
wrong.
puts on your body anyway. Who's thinking about that?
Trying to live, trying to, and then this place apparently takes people for their final days. It's a charity offering long-term care and pain-free living to the people that use the facility. And they got to worry about this kind of crap. This is why the Democrats suck. This is why they cannot be allowed to get back into power, because like that clip we played with Bill Maher and others, I didn't leave the Democrat Party. You left me. The crack pottery has taken over.
Yeah, John Fetterman's about there too.
I'm waiting for that moment. Oh, and watch the hysteria. I mean, but he knows. He knows they'll come after him like foaming at the mouth pit bulls because they're just not rational, grounded people. How do they allow this to even happen? And here's the interesting thing. Now, they've had some political victories this year, but in the midterms, they're 5 points behind the Republicans right now on the generic ballot. In previous midterms, they were up at a minimum of 5 and as much as 18. And that's with nonstop hate propaganda directed at Donald Trump. I wanted to play that clip because the woman touched on a few things. I've heard my share of harsh language. And the only objection I have, and it's a strategic one, when the president drops an F-bomb here and there, and haven't we all dropped an F-bomb about crazy people or the Iranians? I mean, when they had our hostages, I heard the F-bomb a lot. The only reason I object to it is because it distracts from the message he's trying to sell, that he wants people to understand, here's where things are at. And it gets clouded or obfuscated a little bit when he gets a little over the top. And yeah, there were some things in that one particular tweet that may have been considered inappropriate. But the point is,
he's modernizing the presidency, perhaps a bit.
Yeah, and this is a man who, look, if he was a politician first, he would have done nothing about Iran, like every one of his predecessors over 47 years.
Right.
Because taking action against them certainly was going to cause the economy, which was on the precipice of an explosion for the good, not an implosion, an explosion. We were in a position, Brad McDonald spoke to this many times, getting interest rate cuts once we get that a-hole Powell out of there, and he's another one, politics first, and screw the American people. That's the Fed chair. He's worthless. He did what he felt he needed to do with Iran. They cannot have nuclear weapons or missiles that they can fire at us from there. And apparently they were close. In his presidential opinion, the action was warranted. He didn't hide it or sneak it. He warned them multiple times. Now and of course, yesterday I heard so many people, there's a countdown till doomsday. But at the last minute, surprise, there's a brokered ceasefire, which is a little on the shaky side at times, it seems. But the people that put money on these situations, like in the stock market, a lot of them were winners today because the market went up almost 3%. And what I'm going to be curious to see, they're sure quick about getting the price at the pump higher when the price of oil per barrel is higher.
Much slower to get it down.
Yeah. When can we expect that to start? And once that does, assuming the best case scenario here, lower gas prices, back to getting the economy going, and oil where it needs to go. I wonder if any of the people who just hate him, and it's really a personality thing, and many of the people I know personally that hate him can't handle a tough boss.
Right. Yeah, that's why they don't like the way he talks either.
Yeah. I mean,
they're just.
But bosses have to be decision makers. Bosses are everything from corporate executives to older men wearing their pajamas on a baseball field because they're the manager. They have to make decisions. They have to pick 9 out of 25 guys they think are the best group to beat a team on a particular night. It's not life and death, but not everybody's going to be happy with those decisions. And I wanted to play that clip because I thought she did a nice, calm, rational job of explaining things. And like I said, I wince at the tone of certain tweets because it takes away from the mission at hand. But we should be used to it by now.
Yeah.
And what have the Democrats got besides just hate?
That's it.
Hey, Marjorie Taylor Greene was replaced by a Trump-endorsed Republican. Bye-bye. Go do The View or whatever it is you're going to do. You are one of the bigger disappointments politically in recent memory. And this from Fox Business, Iran has given indication they would turn over enriched uranium.
Well, that's good.
So
that would be good.
If there's a deal and they can make it stick, great.
Indeed.
We can worry less and talk about other stuff. How is everything going in your world?
Well, I am busy. I announced about a week and a half ago now that we are moving AMS from Prattville to Holtville. So construction is underway at our new location and all of the parts are moving for us to move there.
I talked to somebody who had a glorious experience there yesterday.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So, yeah, that's keeping me busy. And once we get there in May, hopefully things level out, but I'm going to stay busy, because I want new people to come in from that area. And they're kind of underserved out there in a lot of things. It's a small town still, but there are a lot of families that have moved out there and everybody, on the lake.
Well, you're bringing big time self-improvement.
And I'm bringing, something awesome out there that they don't have. So I'm excited for all of the new people that I'll meet. And
I did some serious self-improvement.
You did.
Yeah, I never, ever think, in fact, those of who watch us on YouTube, morning or afternoon, probably notice that it seems like I have like 5 outfits. I own. And for me, being comfortable here is number one. And I'm a big believer that allowing your feet to breathe produces one specific result.
That is great radio.
So I wear flip-flops even on really cold days. Maybe it's just a mental thing, and I have many mental things. But I did buy a new pair of Hey Dude flip-flops.
Oh, nice.
It's the first new flip-flops I've had in 4 years.
Are they true flip flops or are they like slides?
Oh, is that what these are called? Slides?
Slides, yeah.
Flip-flop.
They look comfy.
And I polish them so I look very businesslike when I'm doing this job.
I can't wear, I wear boots like all the time because I broke part of my foot several years ago, like maybe 8 or 9 years ago now. Like one of my middlest toe and then the bones behind it, I broke. So I can't wear a flip-flop or a slide that like closes over or like sits on that part of my foot on the top. So I just wear boots all the time. If it's summer, I'll wear my Crocs.
I have never actually
they're
tried a pair of
camouflage.
those. I am hardly known as a fashion plate, but I've never been able to get around. So
I
I've never
love
even tried
Crocs.
those on.
They're very comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe when it really gets hot, I should consider that.
They have one sandal type that I'm able to wear because it just goes through like the big toe and the second toe, and then it goes straight back instead of crossing over the foot. So I can wear those sandals. And that's nice in the summer.
You're listening to Sandal Talk here on News Talk 93.1 FM. Anything interesting in the comments section on our feed?
Mark gave an update on some stuff coming to Wetumpka, my neck of the woods, where they're building a Guthrie's. Okay, so they just opened Tractor Supply a few months ago, and it's by that new Wetumpka Sports Complex. And they're building a Guthrie's. That's almost done. Baskin Robbins and a next-gen kids fun park and the Goat Bar and Cafe are going all across the street from that sports complex, I guess. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then
What's happening in Montgomery? I saw the mayor throughout the first pitch.
Oh, I heard about that.
What did you hear? I saw the clip. It was kind of hard to tell.
I heard it bounced before the plate.
Oh, the pitch was pathetic.
That's what I heard.
I'm not sure if you were at the game and you witnessed this, how was he received? That's what I'm curious to know.
Like begrudgingly clapping? Like, oh.
Light applause.
Gosh.
Booed.
Yeah. I don't think people would boo, but I think they would just be like, oh.
Let me tell you a lame-ass story I know I've never told you. My radio station was involved in a big giveaway. We were giving away an enormous television set. Of course, this is late 80s, so it was still tubular TV, but those
He
were...
was. Oh, when he was introduced.
He was booed?
Yes. Okay.
I'm going to do a better job. That's how you shut the boos off.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen baseball players who were booed because they were been in a slump. They hadn't done anything.
Yeah.
And the crowd gets on their case. Then they get up there and they hit a home run. And all of a sudden, the crowd loves them again. You ought to try that in politics. Try hitting a few home runs instead of throwing screwballs at the problems that the city is facing. That might get you a better reaction. But when it comes to sports, so we're doing this giant, it's like a $5,000 deal. Me and two of my morning partners are going on to the Miami Heat basketball court at halftime to announce the winner. But they were playing the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they were stinking up the joint. I mean, they were losing by 20 points at halftime. I mean, I didn't care. But I knew the crowd was drunk and ugly. And so when the three of us were introduced to the crowd, we got booed like we were Hitler, Mussolini, and maybe throw Joe Stalin in there.
Ooh.
And I just smiled and laughed and said, this is fun. You know, I hated it, but I didn't let the crowd see them get to me.
Right.
It's like, yeah, okay. You know, I made a mildly obscene gesture with my hand, but it was at my side and not,
Right, front and center.
and that's how you deal with that. But my goodness, he wasn't standing on the mound and the catcher was sitting in front of the plate and he still couldn't get it there. Whoa.
Hmm.
Interesting. We will take a look at the roads here in a second with Skipper. Brett McDonald will update us on the day's activity at the end and how confident the market might be feeling about developments in the last 24 hours. He's with Invista Advisors. I strongly recommend, because it's never too late, if you want to look at investment possibilities or a plan that could help you prepare for retirement, reach out for a no-obligation appointment at 387-0094. That's for Invista Advisors.
When it comes to your mortgage, who you work with matters. And this is one decision where local makes all the difference. Don't fall victim to flashy mailers, spam calls, or 1-800-lenders who don't even know your name, much less your neighborhood. Those lenders are often sitting in some faraway state, reading from a script, and chasing volume, not relationships. A local lender understands the market you live in, or should I say that we live in. At Alabama Home Mortgage, you can look at us in the eye and trust us with one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. Local lenders don't disappear after closing day. Our reputation is built right here, one family at a time. So before you pick up the phone and call a stranger, remember us, Kim Williams and Madeline Cannon at Alabama Home Mortgage. You deserve guidance from someone who knows the community because they're a part of it. Give us a call at Alabama Home Mortgage today at 334-567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
From weddings and concerts to cookouts and construction sites, TT Porta Toilets has been serving Central Alabama for over 30 years. Whether you need standard portable toilets with wash stations or upscale restroom trailers for special events, the Tierce family has the right solution for every occasion. So when you're planning your next big event or project, make it easy on yourself. Call 285-5513 or visit ttportatoilet.com. TT Porta Toilets. Clean, convenient, dependable.
This is Jennifer Pestricelli, General Sales Manager and co-owner of Blue Water Broadcasting. If you're an experienced sales professional ready for more opportunity, more income potential, and more control over your own success, we should talk. At Blue Water, you'll work with local business owners to develop strategic marketing campaigns across 7 radio stations and a growing digital platform, including social, streaming, and targeted advertising. Outside sales experience is required. Media or digital experience is a plus. If you're ready for a career move that rewards performance, send us your resume today. BlueWaterBroadcasting.com.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1. WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Time again for the Masters. The athletic competition that makes you wonder if the caddy knows so much. How come he's not out there playing? The Masters. This week on CBS.
They do that every year. To make it sound glamorous and baby, what is this? Our great virtual producer, Mark Cumby, comes up with some amazing stuff.
Share that. That's adorable.
Oh, are you kidding? It is
Adorable.
with a capital A. In fact, that's how I'm going to label it. This cannot be wait to be posted. It must go up immediately, if not sooner.
That's so cute.
Good work, Mark. Calls. Anybody got anything to say about the last 24 hours?
Did you see the Braves brawl?
Yes, and I hated it.
I know.
Hockey, I get it, because they're crazy to begin with, and it's a very fast-paced game, and it's easy to hear.
Do you think the pitcher had it out for that batter?
I don't know what the deal was there, but it was a lot of macho beazel schmeazel. That's what I saw. They may have been teammates in the past. That one guy, Soler, has been on a bunch of different teams. That's not baseball. There's no place for it in baseball, and I don't like it. I just don't like what it does to the game. But that's just me.
When you post that on there, I'm gonna share it.
Okay.
I'm sharing it. Look at that. That is so cute.
I just invented, instead of saying adorable, I said add portable. Okay.
How cute.
Oh, and you've got it on the screen?
Yes.
Excellent. I just realized somebody could be sending me a very personal message on Facebook and confidence, but it could be on the screen.
Yeah, sometimes I do scope that out for you beforehand.
I want to talk about a project that I happily and am blessed to be able to do every year for the Gathering of Eagles event.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do is I narrate the scripts. A gentleman named Larry Carter does a great job producing the videos that the narration runs over. And I've been studying, because this is one thing, this show, does it ever sound like I try to be perfect? Mistakes are probably they're just part of the format on everything I do, and that's the way it is. These have to be perfect.
Yes, no doubt.
When I read about these folks, I'm going to give you a quick example. They're honoring Colonel Joseph Anthony Peterburs. He was born in 1924, entered active duty at age 18, quickly distinguished himself as a fighter pilot in P-51s. They're coming to town, by the way, the first week in May.
Really?
Yeah, the commemorative, of which I am a colonel,
Okay.
for whatever that's worth. Is that worth anything?
No.
He completed 49 combat missions, destroyed 5 enemy aircraft on the ground, and shot down a German Me-262. This was the first jet used in air combat by Germany. The Me-262 pilot was Walter Schuck, a German ace with 206 victories.
Wow.
Joe's final mission of the war ended when ground fire crippled his aircraft, forcing him to bail out at a low altitude. Captured, see, this is why they picked me to narrate, because I'm just such a good reader. Captured, imprisoned, and later escaping near Berlin.
Wow.
He joined a Russian tank unit and fought alongside them until Germany's surrender.
Wow.
He served not only in World War II, but Korea and Vietnam and the Cold War. Command pilot with more than 4,000 flying hours and 125 combat missions. Colonel Peterburs retired in 1979 after 36 years of extraordinary service. When you read about these people, you look at yourself, wow. I mean, these folks did amazing things for our country. The women being honored: Colonel Eileen Collins, United States Air Force retired. Astronaut Fred Hayes Jr. is being honored this year. I want to say General Jaqueline Van Ovost, but I can't do that.
No.
General Jacqueline Van Ovost, U.S. Air Force, retired, test pilot, senior leader.
Cool.
Jessica Cox, athlete, musician, and aviation pioneer. I mean, it's such an array and cross-section of amazing people, and they're honored here at a really great luncheon. Our friend Colonel Joe Panza, who himself should be one of these Eagles if he isn't already. You know what they all have in common? I've attended one of these. They're just humble. They don't want accolades and honors. They're not about that. I did my job. It's like Gene Kranz, who ran basically the space program in the 60s. And so what's it like to have this, I just want to thank the taxpayers for, the money that they invested in our program and for giving me the opportunity to participate. And that's what they're like. They are people who walk the talk of humility. So it's an honor to do that every year. I thought I'd invite you into that. Was that interesting?
No.
It was interesting.
3:33 is the time. Let's do this. We'll take a break here. We have a guest coming in a little bit later. Bradley Earl Ekdahl, conservative, qualified Republican running for municipal judge of Millbrook. Or either he is, I don't know what he's running for, but he's going to be in.
He is a judge, right?
City prosecutor. Well, it says municipal judge of Millbrook, city prosecutor of Prattville. chairman of the ALAP Bar Committee, special appointed probate judge. Well, he's certainly a person of some accomplishment. But I hear he's a really interesting fellow. So he'll be joining us a little bit later this afternoon. Right now, a reminder, we're about to turn the corner into some mighty hot weather. By the weekend, you're going to be feeling the summer heat. If you don't have an existing relationship with a heating air conditioning company that can take care of your system for you, in fact, prepare you for the season ahead by coming out and tuning it up, invest in a Clark's Club membership. It's a $180 expense that gets a Clark HVAC technician into your house twice a year to inspect, tune, clean the system, make sure it's not wasting energy. It literally helps pay, at least for part of that initial cost. If a repair is recommended, you get a discount on parts and labor. And if you're interested in a new unit, Clark's has some of the best on the market at 0% financing if you're ready to replace yours. And mine paid for itself. 3 years. Cut the electric bills literally in half because not only are they energy efficient, but they produce an immediate result when you're looking to cool or warm, whatever your goal happens to be. Their plumbers are the best troubleshooters on the planet. They know what they're doing, and they're available 24/7, 365 if there's a problem. Plumbing generally can't wait when something is gone haywire. With a Clark's Club membership, you're guaranteed priority service. 277-2125 in the 334 area code. 277-2125. You can also visit clarkcomfort.com. Should someone ask, their Alabama certification number 09098.
Traffic is brought to you by Dillon Rings. Dillon Rings has great watches and beautiful rings. Or have Josh design a piece of jewelry for you. Shop Dillon Rings now at 119 Brown Springs Road. And check them out on Facebook.
Here he is, Skipper, the first update of the afternoon.
We are still looking good all over the area this afternoon. No real issues at the moment. Montgomery, Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka. Traffic light to moderate, but it is beginning to get that time of day when we get really busy. Things are going to really start jumping here in a bit. Keep it here. We'll update you if any accidents happen. Come by Thompson Tractor in Montgomery and check out their incredible selection of used equipment at their used equipment sales center. See the machines that get the big jobs done. Thompson Tractor off I-85 just past Taylor Road. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Adams Motorsports of Montgomery, where your pleasure is their business.
The Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. A Wetumpka police officer has been named the Crime Stoppers 2025 Officer of the Year. Corporal Cameron Ricks was presented with the award on Monday. Corporal Ricks has served the Wetumpka Police Department for more than 4 years as a patrol officer, patrol supervisor, and certified SWAT officer. Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed held his monthly briefing on Tuesday. The mayor said the city is seeing real measurable progress in reducing crime. Reed cited year-over-year declines that include violent crime down 13% and homicides down 39%. Mayor Reed stated overall crime in the city is down 22% so far this year. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has designated 30 Alabama counties, including Montgomery, as primary natural disaster areas. Recent drought conditions combined with unusually dry air have led to an increased risk of wildfires. Drought conditions are also putting significant stress on Alabama farmers and ranchers. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
AdamsMotorsports.com on the web or Adams Motorsports on the Boulevard in Montgomery. That's at Adams Motorsports in Montgomery, where your pleasure is our business. Come by and learn more about the new Suzuki GSX 8R motorcycle and see for yourself the bar has officially been reset.
Y'all hear about all those politicians making money in the stock market?
Yeah, that Nancy Pelosi's making a killing.
Yeah, she is, and so is Coach.
Tommy Tuberville?
Yeah, he and Pelosi are making millions. Turns out old Senator Tuberville's trading ag futures while he's on the ag committee.
Wow, Tommy Tuberville's making a killing in the stock market.
Yep, just like Nancy Pelosi.
It's all just a big game to Coach Tuberville.
In 2024, Tommy Tuberville made millions trading stocks, just in 1 year.
Wonder what else there is.
So Tommy Tuberville is making millions in the stock market, all in the industries he regulates.
Tommy Tuberville's great at making millions. for himself.
Now I want to know.
Just how much money did Tommy Tuberville and Nancy Pelosi make for themselves in the stock market?
Why don't we ask him? Let's call Tommy Tuberville. Ask him how much money he made himself in the stock market.
And tell him, for us, it's not a game.
This advertisement is paid for by the Alabama Leadership Fund.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 special. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines is offering right now a $2,500 bonus just to sign up and drive for a God-friendly family for truckers. Call Wiley Sanders. You'll get a $2,500 sign-on bonus right now.
Well, hi, everybody. If you got evening plans, maybe biscuits, baseball, the news is good. We'll drive through the evening hours tonight. There's a risk of some widely scattered showers, perhaps in the overnight hours. Our low temperature tonight falls to about 53. Tomorrow, Thursday, we're back to dry weather with a high up to about 74. Sun and cloud mix. On Friday, with a good bit of sun, I think we tease 80 degrees. We'll be in the neighborhood. And up to about 83, perhaps, on Saturday with more sun. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Feeling the pressure of high credit card rates? ASE Credit Union has you covered with a low 1.99% APR on balance transfers. Move your balances in March or April and lock in that 1.99% rate for your October statement. Visit ASE Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
This is not headline news. When Stephen Colbert leaves the air in May, CBS will replace his show with Byron Allen's Comics Unleashed. It'll be followed by Louis C.K.'s Comics Unpantsed. Chelsea Handler said marriage is outdated. So are you, said the long list of guys who never wanted to marry Chelsea Handler.
Yeah.
Kristi Noem's husband reportedly paid thousands of dollars to a big-breasted model he wanted to marry. What's worse, they were balloon payments. Colleges have begun shortening bachelor's degree programs to 3 years.
Good.
Because who needs 4 years of college to learn how to make lattes? And Disney Plus has a new Star Wars show about a character from the dark side. It's called Star Wars: The New Bachelorette. This is not headline news.
You know, my dad wanted me to be a lawyer because he said I had a good speaking voice, I was good with words, articulate, and I looked at the amount of work that would require, the length of education that would require, and I said, nah, not for me. What's easier is fun and can make you a good living. So here I am doing this and doing it well, don't you think?
No.
We are, I told this lame ass story because we're welcoming Bradley Earl Ekdahl into the studio this afternoon. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here.
You get a little bit closer to that mic there.
I really appreciate the opportunity to be with you.
And I just pushed you out of camera view.
Yep, let me fix that.
Oops. If you could just aim that camera at your face. Well, tell us about yourself. Let's get the life story. The whole shebang, where you were born. How did you choose this career path?
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, I was raised in upstate New York up by the Canadian border in the middle of nowhere.
No way.
Absolutely. Finger Lakes region. And
I was raised in Vermont.
it's pretty similar.
Mhm.
I'm from Chicago originally. We're all
a bunch of
refugees.
Yankees.
Yeah.
I like to call myself a political refugee. Yeah. From the
No kidding.
People's Republic of New York. But I've been here for almost 30 years, and I came out of law school. I did my first internship with the Violent Crime Division of the AG's office. Went over to the governor's office under Governor Riley and was with Finance Legal for a little while.
Do you ever have any contact with him? What's he doing these days?
I haven't the faintest idea. Not a word.
He was a huge presence.
Yeah.
He was in this building a lot. And then when his term ended, he kind of like just had enough of this.
Super nice guy.
Yeah.
Really nice fella. I left the governor's office and went to work for the DA's office in the 19th, which is the Autauga, Elmore, and Chilton County circuit. It was Randall Houston in those days, and I was a DA under him for 4 years. I did sex crimes prosecutions. I was the on-call autopsy attorney for about 4 years, and then I served with 2 different SWAT teams doing drug interdictions.
Wow,
and
dangerous stuff.
I stayed in the back. I was way in the back, tried not to get shot. But since then, I've been the Prattville municipal prosecutor for the last 11 years. I still am. And I've been the judge of Millbrook and still am for the last, since December of 22, January 20.
You oversee is?
It's really a lot of traffic and misdemeanors. I like to say that the misdemeanors, we have a 4 that we always handle, and it's domestic violence, it's possession of marijuana in the 2nd degree, it's shoplifting, and then, for some reason, what's been on the uptick here lately is possession of synthetic urine.
What?
Yes. And
For people that got to go to one of those places on a regular basis and get tested, right?
I guess there's a market for this where you can sell it. And but what's been amazing in Millbrook, and I'm really proud of this, is 85% of my docket is driving without a license or driving suspended. And what people don't know is if you plead guilty to that, it resuspends you for another 6 months. So we worked very diligently to set up a program in Millbrook to help people get their driver's licenses back. Because people are going to drive, whether I tell them to or not.
Yeah, it's a necessity.
It's a real necessity in South Florida, yet I made some stupid choices, and I did lose my license. And the one thing that terrified me while I was suspended was getting caught driving, because that's straight to jail.
Yeah.
And
Really?
I did not want to know. And believe me, South Florida is hardly a friendly place for people that want to take a bus or public transportation, because it's not like New York where there's another one 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
Very sporadic, very unreliable. But there was one time I was with my girlfriend, and she passed out at the store we were in. It was hot, something like that. And she just wanted me to take her home. I was going to call an ambulance, just take me home. Well, okay, I don't have a license right now, so if we get stopped, they may take you to the hospital while they're taking me to prison. But I did it, and I was so nervous. I mean, talk about button down. I don't know why people do that, and why they don't drive better if they're on a suspended. Is that?
It's a great question. Why people do some of the things they do, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I had a kid 3 months ago who was pulled over with a 6-foot bong in his car.
What?
And you would have thought if you were going to do that, you would have stayed home.
Yeah. Why bring the evidence with you?
Right,
I mean,
That's crazy.
But
we know there's been a dumbing down in certain corners of our education system and our society.
Oh my gosh.
But the criminals are even getting dumber.
Yeah, it gives us plenty to do.
I want to show you something that we talked about at length on the morning show, just to get your take on it.
Yeah.
Maybe you saw the story. This is a school bus, and the school bus driver did not want to stop at the train tracks. She made it over with barely inches to spare with about 29 middle schoolers.
She get arrested?
Yes, she did, and charged with individual counts. Look at how
that's
close the
reckless
train is.
endangerment, at least you would think.
Yeah.
I should share the screen so people can see what we're talking about. And I'm curious. This is the kind of, this is a school bus driver. Usually they look for people that are good drivers, that are coherent, make smart decisions. They charged her with 29 individual counts of child neglect.
Wow.
She's likely going to go to jail for this. She says, I'm not stopping for no railroad tracks. One of those clips, it's on my Facebook page if you're interested, friends. This view here, I think we got audio in this. Think about the kids on this bus. They are sitting there looking out the left side of the vehicle, and they see a freight train barreling towards them. Certain obliteration. She just barely cleared the tracks by inches.
And it looks like it's actually shaking the bus.
I'm just asking, in your opinion, considering this, she basically admitted she wanted to stop for the train.
Yeah.
It was going to throw her off schedule. What would you do with somebody like her? Is that
So interestingly enough, judges and judicial candidates for judges are not allowed to say publicly what they would do in any given case. It's Judicial Canon 7, subsection B. And the reason being that I think it precludes us from doing that because we haven't heard all of the evidence and we don't want to appear, biased or unfair in any particular given situation.
That makes sense.
But I agree with what you said. I think, something like that really would be 29 individual counts of reckless endangerment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate your giving the opinion on that. And I'm sure at times in traffic court, I've heard it all.
Oh, Lord.
Or seen it all. And then you see this. And I do a feature every morning on the show on people who have done extraordinarily stupid things. And this was easily the hands down winner today.
See, I rode a bus as a kid the whole time I was in school, pretty much.
I did too.
But putting my kids on the bus is one of the most stressful things, ever.
Yeah.
And I drive my daughter to school because we live out in the country and the bus ride is so much longer. And I'm like, I just can't. I would be so anxious about that every day on her drive to school.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And you see
I
something
think
like
that's
this.
become the norm too, because the drop-off line and the pickup line at school is crazy everywhere.
Yes.
And then you've got, young kids who are high energy and goofing around and distracting the driver, and they can get on their nerves. I can understand that too. Tough gig. Bradley Earl Ekdahl is our guest. He is candidate for the 19th Judicial Circuit Court. Place number 5. Everybody complains about elections, especially with judges, because we oftentimes see a list of names. We don't know who.
Right.
How do you overcome that, the voter who gets to that point in their ballot and doesn't know who to choose?
And I think you're absolutely right on that. I run into people every day, either on the job or campaigning, and they can tell you the starting lineup of the Alabama football team or the Auburn football team. They don't know who their city councilman is.
No.
And so on May 23rd of 2023, Senate Bill 39 passed, and it created this new position, place 5. Now, in the 19th, we've always had 3 circuit judges, 1 for each county, Elmore, Autauga, and Chilton, and they travel the circuit. Well, they've invented 2 more places. Place 4 was filled back in last year, actually. What's interesting, place 4 is a domestic relations only circuit judge. So they're limited in jurisdiction to only hearing family law cases. This new spot, place 5, which no one's in, is a general jurisdiction position. No one's in it, and you can run from any one of the 3 counties. But it would include the heavy felony cases, the death penalty cases, also civil controversies in excess of $20,000, questions of equity, appeals from the lower courts, like the municipal courts. And so really the difference between that and, say, a municipal court is you're hearing the heavy felony stuff. And then, of course, the minor stuff that gets appealed, but really the felonies.
Are you able to separate what you do in a courtroom, the decisions you make, the lives you affect, when your day is over?
I have to. And I have to remember, this is the most important thing. These positions, they don't belong to us. You know, this judgeship, this robe, this little gavel, it's not mine.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, it's God's. But secondarily, it belongs to the people. And so I have to separate myself at the end of the day. I call my dad. My dad's 90, and I call him every night.
You're lucky to be able to call your dad.
It's
That's
fantastic.
great.
And I'm so pleased and I'm so blessed that we have that kind of family relationship. A lot of families don't. And I get to see that every day.
Yeah.
So I'm honored that I have a brother and a father that I get along with just great. And talk to him every day.
Let's
do
talk.
have two callers
Yeah.
for the guest.
All right, Robert, you'll come on after Barbara. Barbara?
Good afternoon, Brad. This is Barbara Free from the Old Wesleyan Church. How are you?
I'm wonderful, Miss Barbara. How are you?
I am doing great, and I want you to know I am definitely voting for you, and I'm telling everybody I know what a great guy you are.
Well, thank
I've
you.
known him a long time, Greg, and he's a really good guy.
Well, the people I know that know, may I call you Brad?
Absolutely.
Comes with the highest of recommendations.
Absolutely. He was a dear good friend back in the days when we had what's called BYF, Better Years Forward, I think is what it was stood for, and he cooked for us. He cooked for the whole group, so
nice.
And he's a really good guy, and I can't wait to vote for you, Brad.
Oh, you're wonderful.
And
Thank
you can vote for him May 18th.
19th.
Yes, sir.
19th, I'm sorry. Glasses off.
I'm ready.
Host mistake. Thank you, Barbara. Appreciate it. Here's Robert.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Hey, I only got to know your guest for the last 10 minutes, but I got to agree with Miss Barbara because I don't know him that well, but just by listening to him, he's an outstanding guy because I like the two answers he gave you. First, on the one about people with losing their license, he give them another option to obtain their license to keep their lifestyle going. I like that he dig deep and try to find a way to help someone even though they are criminally wrong. Then the last part, when he gave you the answer about why he can't give his opinion on a case, and then he also stated the law. That's an upstanding person that knows what they're doing. So congratulations, and you got my vote.
Thank you, Robert.
All right. Now, people in this election will be voting in Watauga, Elmore, and Montgomery County?
Chilton.
Chilton. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Error. And that's on the primary. What else would you like to tell the listeners while you're here?
You know, really, it's important that the judge that you vote for know the law. And it's important that the judge that you vote for follow the law. A judge should not be an activist. They should not come up with their own opinions and try to enforce those things.
We've got a lot of those in D.C. and even on the Supreme Court.
Amen. I've got the experience. I've got the resume. I've been doing it for 20 years, and I've been in service to the people for 20 years. I'm very grateful to do this job. And, you know, go out and, you know, it doesn't hurt to pray on voting day. Those two things are not mutually exclusive. So get out and make sure that you vote May 19th. Your vote does count. It is important.
This is Bradley Earl Ekdahl, 19th Judicial Circuit Court Judge, place number 5. See, this is where it starts to get into the weeds for voters. Place number 5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that ballot terminology. But place number 5 actually refers to the court that's you're going to be.
Yeah, the position within the court.
So Elmore County has always been place 1. Watauga County has been place 2. Chilton County is place 3. And then place 4 was just invented and filled last year, like I said, but that's a domestic relations only. That's a judge that hears only domestic relations cases. And then place 5 just invented, is at large, travels all 3 counties.
Just because there's more need for it now?
Exactly right.
Mhm.
Exactly right. There's been so much movement up towards the 19th Judicial, people moving to Watauga, Chilton, and more
Oh, big
counties.
time.
Population has gone up, and with population going up, problems go up.
Yeah. What are the challenges of running for an office like this? You know, when you're in the rest of the political world, you're either liberal or conservative, and you believe in freedom, limited government, or you want the government to solve everybody's problems.
Sure.
But in this, you don't want anyone to know what you believe. Kind of.
Other than the law.
Yeah, that's it.
And there was a recent Trump appointee for the Supreme Court, and she said that, you can wear red or you can wear blue. Judges should wear black.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that.
Mhm.
And I'll just tell you, I'm a conservative Republican. I am, but I like that idea. The judges should wear black.
Mhm.
And at the end of the day, every case is not the same. Everything has to be decided upon the merits of the case and the law.
Well, I'll tell you, the biggest complaint that we hear from our audience about the judiciary are the number of people who are charged with serious crimes and back on the street on low bail.
Yeah.
Somehow that's got to stop.
And what has changed in the 20 years that I've been doing this is it used to be, when I started 20 years ago, there was judicial discretion, and now we have the sentencing guidelines.
Mhm.
But I think Alabama is number one in overcrowding. I think at some point we were close to 200% overcrowding.
Mhm.
And so the question becomes, how do we fix the overcrowding? And so somebody somewhere came up with the sentencing guidelines, and it's a score sheet. It's a worksheet that you fill out, and it gives you a number. And the first number is, are you going to prison or not? And then the second number is, for how long? And so, and then you have good time, which is a Department of Corrections computation that goes in, and it generally comes out to be somewhere around a third. So, I know that the district attorney, current district attorney, C.J. Robinson, he gets upset, about truth in sentencing. Talks about truth in sentencing. So you get sentenced to 10 years. It's not really 10 years.
No. And that hurts. Like if the victims.
Sure.
Yeah.
Big time.
Sure.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, Pamela was a crime victim in Vermont.
My son was, which is worse.
Yeah.
And to see his abuser get out early was a tough pill to swallow.
Oh, yeah. And I like I say, I spent 4 years prosecuting child sex crimes in the 19th, and you can't fix a family. You can't unrape a child.
Right.
And, you can do the best job that you can do. And, it still doesn't change. It doesn't fix that child. It doesn't fix that broken family or the family of a murder victim.
Mhm.
How do you, and so there are really dedicated women who work in the DA's office as victim services officers who you got to give them a lot of credit for what they do, working with those families. And
The victims advocates, we had 2 of them because it was a long time. There was, years. And the first one I became incredibly close with.
yes,
She was the crutch I leaned on
Yes.
during the whole, like, in between conviction and sentencing, because there was, well, I guess, I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but I mean, there was a year from when she first went into jail, I guess from arrest to sentencing, maybe, is what I'm trying to say. But it was a year. And I was constantly talking to that victim's advocate, like, where are we? What are we doing? Because I was getting updates from the jail also, about what's happening in jail. Victims have a right to know that too, about what the offender is doing.
and how do you decide you want to do that?
I know.
I know when my mother died
Mhm.
2 years ago, the hospice people were amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
a
how
true
do you-
calling.
yeah.
Because they stay in that job
Yes.
for a long time too. They're very committed.
I think that's how they heal
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I was astounded. How do you do this every day?
Special calling. It's been a real pleasure to have you in.
It has been my pleasure. Y'all
I
are
hope you
wonderful.
win.
Thank you so much.
And the name again, Bradley Earl Ekdahl. Don't overlook the importance of the judicial nominees on the ballots on primary day, May 18th, right?
19th.
19th.
I may have an issue with your printer. We've really been grateful to have you join us this morning and this afternoon. I've had a long day.
Amen.
Thank you for coming in. And if you get a chance, stop by again sometime before Election Day.
I would love to. Thank you so much for your hospitality and your kindness.
Sure. Our pleasure. It's 3 minutes after 4 o'clock. We got to see what's going on the road.
Traffic is brought to you by Skipper Pools. Skipper Pools for weekly service, equipment and liner replacements, and a sparkling pool all year. 356-0237. Skip the rest. Call the best. Skipper Pools.
May 19th is primary day.
Well, we have an accident on Highway 31 at I-65 in Hope Hole. Please use caution if you're exiting to Hope Hole. And in Montgomery, light to mostly moderate traffic really beginning to build interstates, boulevards, Taylor Road, Fairview Avenue, Norman Bridge. Vaughn Road, very busy this time of day. Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka reporting light to mostly moderate traffic. High school students, Trenton State Community College dual enrollment program lets you earn college credit while you're still in high school. Take the first step towards your college journey. Go to trentomstate.edu for more information. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
2026 marks 60 years that hope has had a home in Alabama. At the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches, children who've lost everything through no fault of their own have found something priceless. A safe place to live, a loving Christian family, and the chance to simply be kids again. Here, boys and girls grow up surrounded by care, guidance, and faith, learning right from wrong, learning responsibility, learning they are valued and that their lives have purpose. As the Alabama Sheriffs have believed for 6 decades, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women. These former ranchers are now teachers, parents, business owners, and leaders, living proof that love, structure, and faith can change a life forever. As the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches celebrate 60 years of serving Alabama's children, you can help ensure the next child has the same chance. Learn how you can make a difference at alabamasheriffsyouthranches.org. 60 years of building lives, and we're just getting started.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
Do you suffer every time you try to wear good-looking shoes, but you don't want to wear ugly shoes just because they're comfortable? The Good Feet store wants to help you wear heels, boots, and dress shoes again in comfort.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway, and the shop's at East Chase. Now hiring.
I'm Stephanie Bryan, chairwoman of the Porch Creek Indians. Tourism and hospitality are more than industries to the Porch Creek Indians. Providing a warm welcome is part of our heritage. It's central to who we are. From Atmore to Aruba, we've created more than 20 unique travel and tourism destinations, providing unforgettable guest experiences and life-changing career opportunities for our tribe and our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. Learn more at porchcreekindians.org.
Casting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
407, Jesse.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Oil prices took a plunge because of the 2-week ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran, and going down to about $95 a barrel in worldwide trading. That had a very positive impact on stocks along the way as well. At the close, the Dow was up by 1,325 points. The Nasdaq up 617, and the S&P 500 climbed by 165 points. President Trump says the U.S. will work with Iran to, quote, dig up and remove any enriched uranium the country has. He wrote online the U.S. would remove what he called nuclear dust from the bomb sites of last summer's military strikes, and that, quote, there will be no enrichment of uranium by Iran. You can add Delta now to the list of U.S. carriers charging more for bags. Most Delta passengers on domestic and short-haul international routes will pay $45 for their first bag, $55 for number 2. This is SRN News.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $8 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 844-45-BIBLE. That's 844-45-BIBLE. 844-45-BIBLE.
Welcome back to early coverage of the Masters. An almost endless loop of historic backstories and clips that we've shown you countless times before of past champions. Great names like Jack, Arnold, Tiger, Gary, Ben, Bobby, alongside other winning names like Sergio, Bubba, VJ, Fuzzy, and Fred. They are the masters of the Masters, which leads us into the next hour of highlight clips in our early coverage of the Masters. On CBS.
On CBS. Just start the damn tournament already, would you? And let's get going. That was one of the things that got me when they arrested Tiger Woods. Do you think he'll play in the Masters? Really?
No, he won't.
No, I don't think so. And I don't think they would have allowed it given what happened. That's a pretty buttoned down group.
Oh, yeah.
And even Tiger Woods, for all the extra
He's always
excitement,
been kind of a bad boy.
Mm-hmm. But for all the I saw him play at Doral. Only was able to stay for a few holes, but it is amazing to see somebody who can. We had a stand-up comic the other day talking about golf. He says it's like trying to throw a chiclet into a shoebox from 100 feet away.
Yeah.
It is definitely an amazing skill for people who can play it well.
I wish I played more. I should have started when I was younger.
I used to play a lot. I think the last time I played was at the...
You almost have to when you live in Florida.
Yeah. Well, actually, the most beautiful landscape that is not the beach in Florida are the golf courses.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything else is built up. So that's
Yeah.
the one place you can go, unless you want to venture into the Everglades, which is not my stomping grounds. But I played the Casino golf course. I think it had a different name then, the one by Wind Creek.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in September, so it wasn't the middle of summer. But I remember when it got to about the 17th hole, I was literally crawling on my hands and knees, drenched in sweat. It was so freaking hot.
I can't imagine.
And I think that was the last time I played. I like the driving range. That's a great way to release some energy.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have time to play a full game. Lagoon Park is good for that. That's not too far from here, up on the boulevard. So here we are at 12 minutes after 4 o'clock. Oh, thanks to James Gillespie, Patriot Pro Services, finally found somebody who knows their way around a toolbox and can do things.
Oh.
And
This is like handyman type stuff?
oh, yeah. Very,
Very good handyman.
Yes.
Okay.
If you need a number, I can provide that for you.
Okay. I think I do, actually.
I've worked with a couple of really good ones over the years, but they retired. Then someone that I no longer work with had recommended somebody out that way, and I got the real word on this dude, so no, don't do that.
Would he come up to where I live?
I believe he would.
Okay.
I believe he lives up that way.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be great because I have some things.
Well, he's a listener too.
In this house that we just moved into, the rod in the shelf in the closet
See, that's the kind of stuff.
fell off. It wasn't in the studs at all in the wall.
Not
So
in the
it
studs.
Literally fell right out. Not even anchored into the drywall. Fell right out. And
Yeah.
I was just like, I mean, I can figure it out, or Cameron can figure it out, but
I will send you the number.
okay. Great.
But really great guy too. So thanks to him, I can breathe easy on a couple of things. 13 minutes after 4. Oh, as long as we're handing out kudos and thank yous, Master Thespian left some Cadberries.
Did he bring those for me?
No, he specifically said, do not share these with Pamela. I repeat, do not share these with Pamela.
Those are my favorite Easter candy.
These are for you only, Greg Boudel.
I didn't get any this year, actually.
Well, you can have these.
Thanks.
I had
I'll
that's
take
what
one.
that's what I breakfasted on during the morning show. And then Wiley Poundstone, another one of our great listeners, shows up with the most amazing collard gumbo
Ooh.
with rice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man. We never know when he's gonna do a drive-by, but when he does, we're sitting here looking at some really good food, and that was quite tasty. So thank you, Wiley Poundstone. You're amazing too.
What a great name.
I just had somebody ask about Baumhauer's tonight. We have paused our Wednesday night gatherings for a little bit until the end of the month. Just taking a break.
Little spring respite.
Our next gathering will be 3 weeks from 15, 20. Yeah, 3 weeks from tonight. And the next one, it'll be a party because I'll be celebrating 21 years here.
It feels like we just did your 20 year.
I know. It's. I really would love for you to come by for a couple of minutes if you can. It just adds to my credibility when the cool people show up, you know. But we want to be. In fact, tonight I am using the time to work on the Gathering of Eagles, which again, I could sit here and spend the rest of the show reading these stories because these are truly amazing people, and I am lucky to be able to tell their stories. Brant's going to join us at 4:35.
Okay, cool.
And I can't wait to talk to the guy because yesterday everybody was still holding their breath. They had just announced the ceasefire, but how the markets were going to react and everything else was unknown. Now we've had a day to digest and see how the world views all of this.
Look at what it says on Fox. Trump's big, beautiful ceasefire.
Yeah. So where's the bitchers and moaners? You know, I have said, I think it's really important if you're going to take an action like this with Iran and there are going to be consequences like higher gas prices and you put a time frame on it and things will start settling down, that needs to happen. Now they've got nothing to complain about.
Did they open the strait back up?
Yes. I don't know the specifics, but supposedly Israel attacked Lebanon.
Yeah.
Lebanon, sorry.
I saw that.
And Iran used that as an excuse to
Close it.
But
That was
I
the
think
last
it's
I saw.
reopened. I think it's reopened because when I was listening to Joey and Eddie, they were watching the ships go through.
Why did Israel do that?
I don't know. I have no idea. So at 4:16, and one other thing. Yesterday, you weren't here, but Dr. David Thrasher came in.
I heard. I was listening in the car.
He was fantastic. But yesterday afternoon, I had something going on in my eyeball,
Oh, no.
my right eye. It was like just itching, watering. You know, it looked like I was
Did you
having
have something in it?
I don't know what it was. I threw some cold water in it. That seemed to help it a little bit. But today, during the morning show, he came into the studio and hands me these amazing drops.
Oh.
It just so happens they're the drops I was going to get at Adams Drugs, but he's a great partner with them too. He's a big Adams Drugs fan himself. But I thought that was so like, what a incredible act of kindness, because it was still raw this morning. But this is the kind of thing when you have an issue like that and there are over-the-counter options, it's always best to ask the pharmacist. It's not really, what you can afford. It's what's going to be the most effective, because they're not all the same. And this just happened to be the same drops that I used the last time I had issues with the eyeball. The relief was immediate. Very, very grateful, not only to Dr. Thrasher, but to our friends at Adams Drugs. I love the way they get my prescriptions coordinated. So I got one pickup day a month, which is awesome. That if there's a need for consultation on any medication or a prior authorization, those kinds of issues that come up, they do everything they can to help out and to save you money on copays. It's all about customer service. Walking into a business, feeling like they're very glad that you chose them, and then demonstrating that with top-notch customer service. That's the way they roll at all 12 locations, 4 of which have health clinics for flu shots, shingle shots, things of that nature. Visit adamsdrugs.net to find the one nearest you. And don't forget the freaking butt paste, the miracle skin healer. It was formulated by their pharmacist to treat diaper rash. If it works on that, it can make you feel good even if your skin's dry or itchy or something relatively minor. adamsdrugs.net for the one nearest you. As Steve joins us at 272-9228. Steve.
Yes, I was curious for one thing, and had a couple of comments to make too. Have they ever ruled on the birthright citizenship yet?
The what?
The birthright citizenship?
No, that ruling is not coming anytime soon, as far as I understand.
I mean, that's a no-brainer. I mean, it was never intended for what it is.
No, it wasn't. But this is why judicial elections, all elections are important, because, A, we know the Democrats are going to lose their minds. They're going to pack the Supreme Court, and they're going to put they're going to find a way to interpret the Constitution that will allow them to inflict us with their entire agenda. And then we'll have a civil war.
Yeah, Tony Barrett has been everything I thought she was going to be. I tell you, if they'd left him alone on the tariff, we'd have collected trillions of dollars over a period of time. We might have got rid of the federal income tax. I mean, I can't understand.
That's how we ran the country until 1913. Not on income tax. There was no income tax. It was tariffs.
Right.
And Democrats act like, I've never heard of those. He shouldn't be allowed to,
They didn't see all of us as the citizens as just a commodity in their business either.
Right.
Back then.
True.
Now they do.
I mean, giving all this money to foreign countries, and they've tariffed us to death.
Mm-hmm. Well, there again, that's Donald Trump. I'm the president of the United States. This isn't fair. So I'm going to make it fairer for us. But no, we're supposed to keep getting screwed by the rest of the world because we're the United States and we have more some biazal schmiazal line of logic I'll never understand.
I don't understand how they classify Tony Barrett and Roberts as conservatives. I mean, I realized when she was on the list that Trump was given the recommended list, she's supposed to be a conservative justice, and I thought, she's not very conservative in my opinion.
Well, it's time to play the George Carlin clip on the owners, because so much of our political universe is an illusion. They're not really there to serve us. They make all the right speeches and say all the right things when they're running for Congress or the Senate, and then they go in there and do the exact opposite.
Right. Nobody.
And the best example, the best ongoing example is voter ID. That's an 80-20 issue. Democrats and Republicans and independents, 80-20. We want voter ID. And they can't even bring themselves to do that. And it makes you wonder why. What is so difficult about voter ID that you can't make that the law of the land? Ridiculous. I'm going to play the owner's clip. Thank you for the call. I didn't mean to get angry, but this kind of stuff, that to me, of all the issues, that exposes them more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
And John Thune, conservative or Republican majority leader in the Senate, you can't get this done. I don't know what Trump has said to him, but there's no excuse. You're there to serve us. That's the illusion that I was referring to. I don't know who they're serving. Themselves to some extent, yes. Campaign donors, I don't think it's realistic to think that they're not going to, but there's a bigger force than all of that that they kowtow to, with rare exception. And I honestly believe that's the main reason Tommy Tuberville wants out of the Senate.
Yeah.
Because he's seen it up close and personal and had enough. Here's traffic at 423. What you got, Skipper?
Well, traffic is busy and building all over the area. Earlier, we had an accident at Hope Hall, Highway 31, right at I-65. Hoping that one has cleared. Use caution if you're there. Around Montgomery, busy building afternoon traffic. Interstates, boulevards, Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka reporting light to mostly moderate building traffic. At Thompson Tractor, they help you with the big jobs, and their new service commitment includes next-day parts and 2-day repairs. This ensures you stay up and running without missing a beat. Thompson Tractor off I-85 just past Taylor Road. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
Montgomery Men's Health salutes the man everyone depends on. You, the grill master. Your family don't have to go out to eat. You carry the load. You solve the problems. Mr. Fix It. But when you're off, we all feel it. And what happens when the gas runs out? When the strength drops? When the transmission stalls? And I ain't just talking about your truck. Male performance is complicated. Treating low T and ED requires technical precision, and that's where Montgomery Men's Health shines. We've been conquering this since 2014, long before every strip mall had a low T sign. We started this clinic to level you up, to help separate fact from internet fiction, hype from the successful realities we see every day. What works 92% of the time versus what might work online. And we keep getting better. Better service, better care, better value. And for $99, you'll receive a lab panel in minutes and a consultation with our medical provider. Don't wait. Call 334-440-3663 or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
And this is a painting of my grandfather, the only one he ever had made.
Sometime, take a close look around your house.
This sewing machine was my Aunt Mary's.
If you have possessions that are irreplaceable, consider this. Each year, over 65,000 American homes suffer a fire due to an electrical problem. Are our possessions safe? To know for sure, call Crosby Electric, your exclusive provider of Current Safe, the world's foremost home diagnostic system. Using high-tech equipment, Crosby Electric will check your hidden wiring, panel box, light switches, and electrical outlets to pinpoint potential problems and make sure your things are safe.
Oh, my daughter's second-grade art project. I'd die if something happened to this.
Some things can't be replaced by insurance. Don't wait another day. Call 272-2085 for an in-home no-obligation assessment or visit crosbyelectric.com. Don't just think it's safe. Know it's safe. Now you'll be safe with Current Safe.
You've heard us reference The Owners by George Carlin. I'm going to play that clip in a couple of minutes right after Uncle Chi-Chi's Shirtless Weather.
Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free. E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free.
At E-Bike Oasis, we're more than just Montgomery's best electric bicycle store. E-Bike Oasis offers free 1-hour electric bicycle rentals and a full-service electric bike repair shop. Stop by E-Bike Oasis in Montgomery today for free rentals, repairs, and electric bicycle brands in town.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by M&M Outdoors. Book your stay today at MNMCampground.com for relaxation at its best. It's easy to find and hard to leave. M&M Outdoors, your home away from home.
Thomas weather. Well, hi, everybody. If you got evening plans, maybe biscuits, baseball, the news is good. We're dry through the evening hours tonight. There's a risk of some widely scattered showers, perhaps in the overnight hours. Our low temperature tonight falls to about 53. Tomorrow, Thursday, we're back to dry weather with a high up to about 74. Sun and cloud mix. On Friday, with a good bit of sun, I think we tease 80 degrees. We'll be in the neighborhood. And up to about 83, perhaps, on Saturday with more sun. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray to Publix.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the... They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting by a system that threw them overboard 30 years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich who don't give a about them. They don't give a about you. They don't give a about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Yeah. You know? And nobody seems to notice, nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on, the fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue that's being jammed up their every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it.
Yeah, and this is why we are skeptical. What is this taco thing the libtards are throwing at Trump?
I haven't heard that. What are
Fox
they saying?
Fox has got it. I don't know. It's an acronym for something. And if it's from the Democrats, it's something really stupid. So if anybody can inform me on that, I would love to know. Let me see here. David Blackman earlier today put out a blog entitled No Morons.
It means Trump always chickens out.
Oh, is that what that is? 1 minute, these same pissant, bedwetting a-holes are, oh, he's going to take us into nuclear war. Oh, we're all going to die. It's Armageddon all over again. And then when he achieves something that in his opinion is sound enough, we can try this. You can never trust Iran. I mean, anybody that thinks that they're just like us, they think like us, they want the same things we do, is out of their minds wrong.
Haven't we said this every time it comes up where he's in some negotiation with somebody and we wonder what he's doing or why he's doing something specifically? And it always goes back to what that woman said in that video you played at the beginning, where she said, it's the art of the deal. We don't know because we don't operate like him.
There are people so invested in their hatred. Let's assume the best, that this works out as they've set it up. The tankers go through the strait. Gas prices come down alarmingly quickly. That would be nice. And there's peace. They will still piss and moan and bitch because they are so invested in their hatred. It's not constitutionally possible for them to be any other way. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. That's the way it is. I'm Walter Cronkite on News Talk 93.1 FM.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't bad. Wasn't funny either, but that's not always the goal, friends. All right, at 4:35, we're expecting Brant McDonald to join us here in a minute. We'll get his take on all the news of the day. A lot of folks have called up looking for Patriot Pro Services. James Gillespie, handyman, that'd be a good business. See, I'm the guy, you give me a toolbox and I'll have you disconnected from the grid in a matter of minutes. That's just me. My life has been saved continuously by talented people like that who know their way around a toolbox. Headlines. Let's take a look at some of those. I'm just going to use my app. I'm going to be very informal. Iran reportedly halts tanker traffic in Strait of Hormuz as ceasefire tensions erupt.
That was the last thing I saw.
Yeah.
Did they turn that around? I don't understand why Israel's acting out. Like, they got us into all this.
On this particular one, I don't know. I wish I could give you an answer. Let's see if this is Brant. Mr. McDonald, is that you, sir?
Yes, it is.
Boy, you are so prompt. Mr. Right on the money. And Mr. Right on time, too. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm really good, especially after today. I mean, what a great day. The jury's still out on all this. I'm sure you've read the news. You've seen all the different reporting on this. But for right now, the market seems fairly well convinced that we're headed in the right direction, a direction that would take us to a more permanent type of resolution to all of this. Mm-hmm. And the reason I say that is a couple of things I want to remind you. Yesterday, you had all these threats coming from the White House, and yet the market didn't react one iota, not even a bit, in any of the markets, the stock market, the treasury market, or the foreign exchange markets. They were super calm all through the day. And then again today, with all the various noise around, Israel bombing Lebanon and hitting Beirut super hard, and then the confusion around Iran saying, well, they're going to shut down the strait and so on and so forth. The market didn't bite on that one bit. I mean, it stayed at the elevated levels all day long on all the broad indexes, the NASDAQ, the Dow, the S&P 500, and then further, gold prices remained elevated throughout the day, close to their highs, as did the action that we saw in the foreign currency markets. So I'm just saying right now, the market is not concerned. And, these markets are giant in size. You're talking trillions and trillions of dollars, super global markets with large institutional involvement. And again, foreign currency markets, treasury bond markets, they just don't lie. More often than not, they don't. So all in all, a good day. I'm sure it's going to remain a little volatile as we go through the next week and a half. That's just how these things go. I'm sure there'll be various twists and turns, but make no mistake about it. President Trump wants that strait open, and he does not want troops on the ground. He wants this thing over and in the rearview mirror. It's time to start focusing on the midterms, and I think that's where he's taking this thing.
It's interesting.
I would also add, go ahead.
I was just going to say what's interesting, and this was from CNN. You would think with the nonstop blast on Donald Trump and the hysterics and everything else, the Democrats would be in a good position for the midterms, but the fact is they're not. Right now, they're 5 points behind the generic Republican ballot. So they have totally failed trying to turn this into a hot-button campaign issue. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I do agree on a national basis. I think there is some of that reporting. Where it gets a little dicey, and you know this, we've seen this together, Greg, over the many years we've been together, that these elections are won and lost in the House of Representatives, especially in these tiny little communities or parts of cities where you don't know what's going on in those cities and the things that are being said and the lengths they'll go to try to win elections. And so in order to really, it's such a slim margin, and in order to really have a chance to maintain the House, he does need to get this behind him. I would also add, and I've been touching on this all week, that we do get some economic data tomorrow as well as Friday. The PCE, Personal Consumption Expenditures Index, the Fed's preferred gauge of inflation, that'll be released at 7:30 Central Time in the morning. Estimates that are out there on the street generally hovering around a 2.8% increase on the headline, which would include gas and food, food and energy, the more volatile components. And then the core level estimate is around the 3% range or so. I would say, if anything, there might be a slight upside bias to that, but also I would remember this too. This is for the month of March, and since we're in April, remember that I think as things settle down through April, the markets have a way of just looking through the noise. They're not going to get caught off guard by any hot number or anything like that, as long as things continue to settle down over there in the Middle East. But also remember, we've discussed this many, many times on the show, Greg, that the tariffs first went into effect back in April of 25.
Mm-hmm.
There was heavy discussion around tariffs in the latter part of March, but then he hit with tariffs in April. So next month is going to be sort of that first month, if you will, where we're going to get an early look at the year-over-year comps on headline inflation numbers, both PCE as well as CPI. And by the way, remember, CPI follows on Friday morning, as well as that consumer sentiment number that comes out at 9 o'clock. We touched on that yesterday. So 3 pieces of data that we're going to really be locked in on and dialed in on. We'll obviously continue to watch Iran and so on and so forth. And then next week, on top of everything else, is earnings season for the first quarter. So we're going to kick things off with a slew of earnings reports, and then it just heats up as we go through April.
Lots going on, but boy, what a nice thing to see today, because this is where people put their money, and to see that positive reaction to the ceasefire at the very get-go was reassuring, to say the least. Now let's see if the gas stations can lower their prices as fast as they raised them. That will be fun to watch.
Well, it always is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like every time we have one of these things, as far back as I can remember, that's always been the thing to watch. And it never fails. You're going to have someone out there gaming the system.
No doubt.
But hey, so that's what we've got. In the meantime, as I said, we continue to monitor U.S. Treasury bond yields, particularly that 10-year bond yield. That's the most critical thing, especially with the private credit backdrop, and that is a mess, I will tell you. So we'll be touching more and more on that as we go through the many days and weeks the rest of this month, because I'm telling you, that private credit issue is being shadowed right now by all the events in the Middle East.
Brett, we appreciate your time, my friend. Thank you so much.
You got it, guys. Y'all have a great rest of your afternoon and evening, and we'll chat tomorrow.
All righty.
The opinions voiced in this material are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance referenced is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions expressed in this material do not necessarily reflect the views of LPL Financial. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice is offered through Invista Advisors, registered investment advisor and separate entity from LPL Financial.
It is 4:43. We have traffic with Skipper and the 1819 news next.
Well, we continue to be very busy all over the area. I-65 and 85 beginning to load up. Boulevards are definitely busy, but we are not really hearing of any issues anywhere. Nothing really affecting traffic flow. Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka reporting light to moderate busy afternoon traffic. Keep it here. We will keep you updated. Great shopping at Premier Place. Shop Bath and Body Works. Cuts by us, Hourglass Optical, Faro Vape and Phone Repair, and more. Premier Place in Prattville, another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Bath Innovations. Call Bath Innovations today to schedule your free in-home consultation.
1819 News.
Former U.S. Congressman Mo Brooks is running in a statewide race this year for Alabama House District 20. Brooks is in a primary race against incumbent state lawmaker James Lomax. Recently, a group called Americans for Prosperity Alabama have publicly endorsed Lomax in this race against Brooks. Brooks is actually thrilled to hear about this. He says that Americans for Prosperity did not endorse President Trump in 2024 and, in fact, spent $32 million against Trump's presidential campaign and endorsed Nikki Haley instead. Brooks calls Haley a cheap foreign labor advocate and says that Lomax is the same, that he's been weak on border security and seeks to import cheap foreign labor, which only undermines the American worker. Brooks says that this is why Lomax is getting such an endorsement from this group. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Where I was living was not a great place to live anymore. I began to pray for a place to go, praying for all of these things that a 9-year-old would want. I wanted horses, big house with a bunch of people my age. I wanted parents. I wanted a mom and a dad. Before I even prayed it, the Lord had already answered my prayer with the Big Oak Ranch. Who would that 9-year-old be if she never came to the Big Oak Ranch? I would be trying to fight for survival instead of fighting to break a cycle.
Big Oak Ranch, a Christian home for children needing a chance.
The Regional Medical Center in Anniston has been acquired by Orlando Health out of Florida. This new ownership will provide Anniston with access to a variety of resources from a larger healthcare system. Orlando Health is a private, not-for-profit healthcare system. A new president for Crestwood Medical Center has been named. Kyle Buchanan is a Tuscumbia native who has 20 years experience working in hospital operations. Buchanan will assume his first day at Crestwood on April 20th. I'm Andrea.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Bath Innovations of Alabama can replace your old bathtub with a low-step shower featuring built-in seating, secure grab bars, and slip-resistant flooring, often installed in as little as 1 day. Call Bath Innovations of Alabama today to schedule your free in-home consultation.
When it's time to replace an old window or door, you want expert craftsmanship and proven experience. You want Davis Door and Sash. Right now, take advantage of our limited time promotion. 10% off materials on new energy-efficient doors and windows. Voted best in the River region for windows and installation in 2024 and 25. Davis Door and Sash would love to work for you. Call 334-288-6010 or visit davisdoorandsashalabama.com. Davis Door and Sash, the perfect fit for your home.
Alabama weather will never fail to surprise you. Our lawns hardly get a chance to have any downtime. This year, save the hard work and aggravation and call Alabama Lawns, the River Region's leader in weed control and fertilization services. What makes Alabama Lawns the River Region's best? It's the people. They have the experience, education, and commitment to customer satisfaction. Ask your neighbors. Alabama Lawns has been the Montgomery Advertiser's Reader's Choice Award winner 14 years in a row. The Alabama Lawn staff is made up of long-term employees and agronomy graduates, and the staff at Alabama Lawns attend annual continuing education classes. It pays to have someone that knows southern grass types and how to keep them green and flourishing. Call Alabama Lawns today at 272-7171 and let them show you real value in lawn maintenance service. Alabama Lawns, the company with black trucks and green lawns.
If you own a home and need cash, you can unlock thousands of dollars from your home equity quickly and easily. Call LendGo today at 888-407-7095. At LendGo, you can find out how much cash you could get with a home equity loan in just 2 minutes. It's free, there's no obligation, and it won't affect your credit score. Use the money for anything. Pay off high-interest debt, make home improvements, or just give your budget some breathing room. Best of all, you keep your low mortgage rate while you're getting the cash you need. See how much you can get today. Call 888-407-7095. That's 888-407-7095. Or visit lendgo.com. That's LENDGO.com. Homeowners nationwide are doing it. Now it's your turn. Call 888-407-7095 today. LendGo, where homeowners go to get cash. 888-407-7095.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Well, hi, everybody. If you got evening plans, maybe biscuits, baseball, the news is good. We're dry through the evening hours tonight. There's a risk of some widely scattered showers, perhaps in the overnight hours. Our low temperature tonight falls to about 53. Tomorrow, Thursday, we're back to dry weather with a high up to about 74. Sun and cloud mix. On Friday, with a good bit of sun, I think we tease 80 degrees. Will be in the neighborhood. And up to about 83 perhaps on Saturday with more sun. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank, serving families and communities since 1906. Proud to be named 16th best performing bank nationally in their asset category by American Banker. Learn more at cbsbank.com. CB&S Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
News happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
A change in the media landscape today.
Oh.
Usually we play that to honor Rich Thomas, who is studying
Oh, I know what you're
meteorology.
going to talk about. I'm
Yeah.
sad.
Josh Johnson
Yeah.
announced that he is leaving WSFA.
He's my go-to for severe weather events. I'm going to need him to stream live on his Facebook still from home.
Apparently it was his decision, but I have no insight on anything else. If you read between the lines, it sounds like he's got an opportunity in the private sector, maybe somewhere. I don't know. But he did build himself a brand, and it's tough to do that.
I know.
When you follow a legend. There's many memorable days I've had sitting in this chair with people reacting. I don't know that our callers ever got angrier, and this is before I even met the guy, than when it was announced that WSFA and Rich Thomas had parted ways. People were furious. And I finally had to say, look, I have no behind-the-scenes insights on this. Do I think it's a good decision? No. I'll say that right now because somebody in the media, his brand was Easily the biggest one anybody had built in this town prior to my coming here.
Yeah.
Not that mine is bigger than his, don't get me wrong, and we're not comparing size. That didn't sound right. Anyway, it was just crazy for a couple of days, and I finally had to say, look, we're not going to speculate. We're not going to, give any energy to rumors that may or may not be accurate. So that's what Josh had to walk into, and that's a tough gig. Yep. Anytime you got to follow somebody who had built up the kind of following Rich has, like 52,000 subscribers to Rich Thomas Weather and his app and everything else. So I just wish him well. But what's happening, I'd like to say I'm going to live forever, or I'm going to be allowed to do this forever. And I know that's not realistic. There's a clock ticking on everybody.
We're talking about Josh Johnson leaving.
But this is the kind of the additional sadness in this announcement from Josh. It's just another loss of a well-marketed, well-branded media person who was well-liked.
No.
And you hate to lose that in any market. Hard to come by. So we wish them luck. And like I said, if I had any moment of brilliance to share with you, I would, but I just don't at the moment. Pamela will be, here we go. This is from hotair.com. This so accurately encapsulates the last 24 hours. The headline says, then Trump is insane and will drop nukes. The story that pissed me off the most yesterday was Alex Jones saying that Trump needs to be 25th Amendmented.
Yes. Yeah.
Not that that makes grammatical sense. Now, Trump is a coward for not nuking Iran. This is what they're doing. There is nothing he can do that will please them. Nothing is right. It's all wrong. All day yesterday, all the best people were insisting that Donald Trump had to be removed from office because he was going to drop nukes. There were calls for a military mutiny, dire warnings about World War III, loud screams of war crimes.
Well, are you on Facebook?
And now that there's a ceasefire, and it's not a surrender, that's insane.
Message me on
But we live in a world where people will just, whatever justifies their feelings, their attitude, they're going to say it. It's so frustrating.
It's just my personal name, Pamela DeVito.
And nobody talks about the fact that the weapons that Iran's been recklessly firing all over the Middle East were paid for by us through the generosity of Barack Hussein Obama and Joe Biden. Where is the media on that particular issue? They don't have much to say, do they? We sent them all that cash. Do you think they went out and bought food? You think they went to the Iran food outlet and made sure everybody was well fed? No. They beefed up their military with that money and then used it against us and other countries. But you can't tell them anything. You just can't. There's no win. Speaking of money, you might have some, you might have quite a bit of it in your home. And I urge you, if you're considering a home improvement or would like to do something with that sizable nest egg you've accumulated by owning a home, reach out to Alabama Home Mortgage, to Madeline and Kim. Great folks. You know, the process, whether you're looking for a mortgage, whether it's your first or 50th, I know people who have had more than that. Whether it's money to make a home improvement or add something to your existing home, it's a process, a consultation. And at Alabama Home Mortgage, you have so much experience and such great people who will absolutely answer your questions and help you come to the right decision. When it comes to that kind of money, it's important that you are rock solid and comfortable with whatever choice you make. These are people who can help you follow the right path, answer those questions, and make recommendations based on their experience. They work very hard, and they're absolutely great family human beings. Love them. to start the process on whatever your need may involve: home ownership, home improvement. Reach out at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. They can also help with VA loans. That's an incredible deal. No down payment purchases, 100% cash out refis, and more. 567-4223 in the 334 area code. By the way, Alabama Home Mortgage is an equal housing lender, and their NMLS number is 1586368. Safe travels to you.
Thank you.
I will be dealing with feelings of abandonment for the next hour. Probably some self-pity and that kind of thing. All coming up here on News Talk 93.1 FM. And I think I can keep the stream going.
You can. Yeah. You just have to turn, like go to break and hit that
You know what?
screen button.
God, that bus thing was so amazing. What I might like to do is put that on the screen, the Baby Us picture.
Yeah.
And move me off to the side. I don't want my gigantic face taking all of you too.
Do you know how to do it as just where you're the little thumbnail? Do you see that in the options?
The little thumbnail that could. No.
Let me look for you.
Okay, I just did it.
Okay, yeah. Just make sure your messages.
Aren't you impressed?
I am.
Yeah.
Just make sure your messages don't pop up.
Anything I do something right with technology, people are like, whoa. That rarely happens. At 4:59, Skipper's going to update your commute home. We've got Wall Street Business, Salem Radio Network News, all coming up.
We are really getting busy. I-65 and 85 through the interchange, especially 85 southbound, South Union up to the 65 merge. And we've got a lot of traffic on 85 northbound, rolling slow, Bell to Taylor on out to Chantilly. We are busy on the boulevards. Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka, light to mostly moderate traffic, but that's about all we have going on. We're not aware of any accidents that are slowing anybody down at the moment. Keep it here. We will keep you updated. Lowest tax rates in Alabama are at McKenna Nissan. Plus, they've got up to 0% financing on 2026 Muranos. It's worth the drive, and they need your trade-in. See David at McKenna Nissan for all the details. Exit 212 on 565 in Clanton. Buckle up with the Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
With a Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew. Once the Strait of Hormuz officially reopens, economist Steve Moore expects that gas prices will drop quickly.
We're going to see the gas price, it will go down nationally, back down to, $3.50 to $3 a gallon.
Moore is with the Committee to Unleash Prosperity. At the close on Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was up by 1,325 points. Camera trouble would appear to be behind the latest vehicle recall. More from Rich Thomason.
General Motors is recalling more than 270,000 Chevy Malibus. The rear-view camera screen may display a distorted or blank image. The recall includes Malibu vehicles from the 2023 through 25 model years. Dealers will replace the rear-view camera free of charge. Rich Thomason, Washington.
And for the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. Here in the River region, thousands of hardworking folks will be buying a home, some for the first time. How do you know you are buying the right home? It starts with research. A buyer's agent can help you in your search, providing a list of homes you may not be aware of or know about. At the same time, a meeting with a local lender to find out exactly what you qualify for and how much it will cost at closing and monthly. A list of needs and wants provided to your agent will help them locate properties that match those needs. An example would be bedrooms, baths, school zones, floor plan requests will also help. Start shopping and look at homes and compare and make a list of pluses and minuses for each home. Compare them with your agent to narrow the field. After you work out the contract, appraisals and inspections come next, and then the closing. For more details, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 221-2883. That's 221-2883.
Time just flies when you're having this much of a blast.
Your behavior is atrocious. It is not okay.
You're not normally this interesting.
It's inevitable that something's going to happen.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles, drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. It makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring.
If you're tired of average meals and rush dining, come see us. Epicure and Jack's Tavern offers wet-aged steaks cut in-house, scratch-made lunches, unbeatable beer buckets, and unforgettable dinners. This is food made with pride and served with heart. We invite you to come visit soon at 2060 Downing Street in Millbrook. Epicure and Jack's Tavern. You'll taste the difference.
What does it mean for a nation to be successful? I'm Stephanie Bryan, Tribal Chair and CEO of the Porch Creek Indians. We believe a successful nation gives back. As we've built economic opportunity and prosperity, the Porch Creek Indians have been able to give back to our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. More than $37 million since 2021 alone. From education and health care to tornado relief, learn more about our charitable giving at porchcreekindians.org.
I've been trying to get my bosses to make the show 24 hours long since day one.
Biscuits Baseball is back in 2026 with opening week presented by the Vance Law Firm from Tuesday, April 7th to Sunday, April 12th. It all starts on opening night at 6 p.m. against the Columbus Clingstones. Don't miss it. Visit biscuitsbaseball.com or call 323-BALL.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
The 22nd Annual Autism Crawfish Boil benefiting Easter Seals of Central Alabama is April 11th at Riverwalk Stadium. Proceeds from this fun family event benefit autism programs at Easter Seals of Central Alabama. Enjoy all-you-can-eat crawfish, live music, and even a baseball game. The Autism Crawfish Boil, April 11th at Riverwalk Stadium. Stay and eat or grab them to go. Scan or visit mudbugball.com to purchase tickets and get info on curbside pickup.
It's April 8th, the greatest day ever. On the 8th of April, 1974, Hank Aaron of the Atlanta Braves hit his 715th career home run, breaking Babe Ruth's legendary record. Aaron's record would stand for some 30 years until it was broken by human growth hormone and androstenedione. Have a great April 8th, the greatest day ever.
Anybody else remember that night? I mean, that was a national obsession. And the networks all interrupted their programming, the Love Boat, whatever the hell was on, to announce that Hank Aaron had hit number 715. People running out onto the field, that would not be allowed today, shaking his hand and making fools out of themselves, but forever immortalized, because every time they show the home run, they got to show the idiots with it. It's 5:06.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
Carlin coming up after news.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. A ceasefire deal to pause the war in Iran appears to be hanging by a thread after the Islamic Republic closed the Strait of Hormuz again in response to Israeli attacks on Lebanon. The White House demanded Wednesday that the channel be reopened and sought to keep peace talks on track. Lebanon's health ministry says that Israeli strikes during the day killed 182 people, the highest single-day death toll in the Israel-Hezbollah war. Israel launched a barrage of strikes in central Beirut and elsewhere in the country on Wednesday as the shaky ceasefire took effect between the U.S. and Iran. A good day on Wall Street with the Dow up by 1,325 points. The Nasdaq rose 617, with the S&P 500 advancing by 165. This is SRN News.
These are uncertain times. Ongoing geopolitical tensions in the Middle East and beyond continue to shake global markets, driving up energy costs and creating widespread volatility. Gold has responded as history shows it does, climbing to new highs as a proven safe haven against inflation and unrest. Silver follows strong, offering even more protection for diversified portfolios. Call True Gold Republic at 800-300-GOLD for your free guide on protecting your retirement. If you're 55 or older, approaching or enjoying retirement, and have significant savings, you understand why stability matters now more than ever. Paper assets can vanish in a crisis, but precious metals have endured for generations. True Gold Republic helps Americans like you protect what you've built with real gold and silver IRAs. Call 800-300-GOLD for your free wealth protection guide today. No obligation, just information. Consult your tax professional before investing. Call 800-300-4653. That's 800-300-GOLD.
See, I'm not one of these people who's worried about everything. You got people like this around you. Country's full of them now. People walking around all day long, every minute of the day, worried about everything. Worried about the air, worried about the water, worried about the soil. Worried about insecticides, pesticides, food additives, carcinogens. Worried about radon gas, worried about asbestos. Worried about saving endangered species. Let me tell you about endangered species, all right? Saving endangered species is just one more arrogant attempt by humans to control nature. It's arrogant meddling. It's what got us in trouble in the first place. Doesn't anybody understand that? Interfering with nature. Over 90%, way over 90% of all the species that have ever lived on this planet, are gone. They're extinct. We didn't kill them all. They just disappeared. That's what nature does. They disappear these days at the rate of 25 a day. And I mean regardless of our behavior. Irrespective of how we act on this planet, 25 species that were here today will be gone tomorrow. Let them go gracefully. Leave nature alone. Haven't we done enough? We're so self-important. So self-important. Everybody's going to save something now. Save the trees, save the bees, save the whales, save those snails. And the greatest arrogance of all, save the planet. What? Are these people kidding me? Save the planet? We don't even know how to take care of ourselves yet. We haven't learned how to care for one another. We're going to save the planet? I'm getting tired of that. I'm tired of Earth Day. I'm tired of these self-righteous environmentalists, these white bourgeois liberals who think the only thing wrong with this country is there aren't enough bicycle paths. People trying to make the world safe for their Volvos. Besides, environmentalists don't give a about the planet. They don't care about the planet. Not in the abstract, they don't. Not in the abstract, they don't. You know what they're interested in? A clean place to live. Their own habitat. They're worried that someday in the future they might be personally inconvenienced. Narrow, unenlightened self-interest doesn't impress me. Besides, there is nothing wrong with the planet. Nothing wrong with the planet. The planet is fine. The people are different. The planet is fine. Compared to the people, the planet is doing great. It's been here 4.5 billion years. Did you ever think about the arithmetic? Planet has been here 4.5 billion years. We've been here, what, 100,000? Maybe 200,000? And we've only been engaged in heavy industry for a little over 200 years. 200 years versus 4.5 billion. And we have the conceit to think that somehow we're a threat? That somehow we're going to put in jeopardy this beautiful little blue-green ball that's just a-floating around the sun? The planet has been through a lot worse than us. Been through all kinds of things worse than us. Been through earthquakes, volcanoes, plate tectonics, continental drift, solar flares, sunspots, magnetic storms, the magnetic reversal of the poles, Hundreds of thousands of years of bombardment by comets and asteroids and meteors, worldwide floods, tidal waves, worldwide fires, erosion, cosmic rays, recurring ice ages, and we think some plastic bag and some aluminum cans are going to make a difference? The planet isn't going anywhere. We are. We're going away. Pack your folks. We're going away.
Have a happy new year with Rich Thomas Weather.
Just wanted to see if you were paying attention.
Rich Thomas Weather brought to you by M&M Outdoors. Book your stay today at MNMCampground.com for relaxation at its best. It's easy to find and hard to leave. M&M Outdoors, your home away from home.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. If you got evening plans, maybe biscuits, baseball, the news is good. We're dry through the evening hours tonight. There's a risk of some widely scattered showers, perhaps, in the overnight hours. Our low temperature tonight falls to about 53. Tomorrow, Thursday, we're back to dry weather with a high up to about 74. Sun and cloud mix. On Friday, with a good bit of sun, I think we tease 80 degrees. We'll be in the neighborhood. And up to about 83, perhaps, on Saturday with more sun. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Feeling the pressure of high credit card rates? ASE Credit Union has you covered with a low 1.99% APR on balance transfers. Move your balances in March or April and lock in that 1.99% rate through your October statement. Visit ASE Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm all by my big self now. Not complaining. Just saying. So we're going to hear a little of what's been described as an excellent press conference with J.D. Vance overseas, and we'll delve into a place we visit from time to time, a web address known as F My Life. For people who have had a really bad day, for whatever reason, they go there and share and get the cathartic experience of relief. That's coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Montgomery Men's Health salutes the man everyone depends on. You, the grill master. Your family don't have to go out to eat. You carry the load. You solve the problems. Mr. Fix It. But when you're off, we all feel it. And what happens when the gas runs out? When the strength drops? When the transmission stalls? And I ain't just talking about your truck. Male performance is complicated. Treating low T and ED requires technical precision, and that's where Montgomery Men's Health shines. We've been conquering this since 2014, long before every strip mall had a low T sign. We started this clinic to level you up, to help separate fact from internet fiction, hype from the successful realities we see every day. What works 92% of the time versus what might work online. And we keep getting better. Better service, better care, better value. And for $99, you'll receive a lab panel in minutes and a consultation with our medical provider. Don't wait. Call 334-440-3663 or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Whether it's AC or heating or plumbing that you're needing, whatever you require, call Lou Choir. Since 1983, we've treated you like family. Day or night, we do things right, so you can live more comfortably. Whether it's AC or heating or plumbing that you're needing, whatever you require, call Lou Choir right now.
With spring officially here, Pizza Perfect has sprung a great deal for April. Get a free order of breadsticks or cinnamon sticks with the purchase of any large or medium pizza. That'll make the whole family smile. Pizza Perfect's amazing buffet includes pizza as well as spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $13. The buffet is available Monday through Saturday for lunch and for dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Pizza Perfect is also available for pickup and delivery. Pizza Perfect on Coliseum Boulevard in Eastbrook.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertiser. The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Some people do the pinky challenge. Some people shoot it, playing traffic.
Some people need to stay in their cars. They open up the door, they jump out, they follow the car, and dance around. Look out, there's street signs, potholes ahead. You're gonna crack your skull, you stupid underhead. Well, we don't want no dumb people. You're also dumb people. All kinds of dumb people out here.
Yeah, like folks that were panicking because our insane president was going to drop a nuke on Iran. Instead, worked out a deal, and now they're mad about that. They're calling him a chicken. I have no words for this lunacy. How can they stay married to this anger for so long? I mean, I know angry people. And it becomes a way of life after a while if you don't do anything about it. But this is lunacy. I mentioned a place online called upmylife.com. And once in a while we go see what other people are having trouble with to maybe diminish the size of our own issues. I really don't have any big complaints today. Life's been good to me today. Some great friends, great people, great listeners, great sponsors. It's good. But some of these people have had difficult days. For example, today a telemarketer called and asked if they could speak to my mommy or daddy. I'm 25 years old. So I guess sounding like a kid can send you to this website to complain. Another story. Today I was woken up by a funky smell. My dog had eaten a dead bird and thrown up all over my bed and floor. At 4 o'clock in the morning, I had to clean up regurgitated bits of bird feathers, blood, and dog food. Sounds like it was a side item on a menu. The smell still hasn't gone away. Yeah, that's a tough one to get rid of. Today, my son shaved his eyebrows. 2 days ago, I caught my 10-year-old daughter watching adult material. I'm totally winning at parenting. I have a story there, but I think I'll hold off on that. Today, I had a text message when I woke up. I was excited, as I usually don't get texts from people. Turns out it was from T-Mobile. They text me more than actual people do. F my life. Sad. You know, very rarely do people call anymore. It's almost all texting, isn't it? I looked at my phone log, and the actual number of calls I've had over the last month was like a handful. And there wouldn't be so many, but most of the calls came from the same source. Interesting. Today we lost our dream house because the current owner heard us discussing our plans to landscape the massive back garden. And she decided she couldn't sell to someone who had planned to rip out all the flower beds she spent years cultivating. Why sell the house then, selfish one, you old cow? FML. Today, I thought I was home alone, so I went to take a shower and left my door open. My dog came in, stole my bra, and ran out of my bathroom. I jumped out and followed him, only to find out that my brother had 2 of his friends over. They all saw me naked, and my dog had my bra in his mouth. A lot of dignity in that story. FML. Today, I rejected a girl I work with because I have a girlfriend. That girl then posted on Facebook that she'd friend-zoned me for being creepy. My girlfriend saw the post, believed it, and dumped me. Social media. I think those of us at a certain age are glad we did not have to navigate social media in our youth. I know I am. Today, my mom took me to an AA meeting because she said I need help. I have never even tried alcohol in my life, and she told them this. I was then harangued by the instructor because apparently one of the signs of alcoholism is denial. Well, if you take her at her word. In fact, this is something I meant to discuss with our guest earlier this afternoon. What did I do with this? I want to make sure I get it right. Bradley Earl Ekdahl, great guy, running for the 19th Judicial Circuit Judge, Place 5. And I wanted to ask him what he thought about court-ordered 12-step meetings. I'm not a believer. You got to want it. And generally when somebody is sent to those, they're going with a big chip on their shoulder and they're not going to be open to the message. But that's just my opinion. Today, I went on a blind date that my friend set up for me. It was going pretty good. Then he said he was going out to smoke. 10 minutes went by and he still hadn't come back. I called my friend and she said, he doesn't smoke. So apparently you were the only one that thought it was going well. F my life, she says. Today, my mother-in-law corrected me while I was trying to help her father with his Parkinson's medication. She went on and on about how she read on the internet about it. I'm a neurologist, but no, she knows better after a Google search. F my life. Can you imagine that? Somebody, another way of the internet. How many people have become hypochondriacs because every time they have a symptom of something, they stick it in a search engine and it comes back with everything ranging from common cold to death. You're doomed. And I just stay away. But I know people that were literally, at least for a period of time, addicted to WebMD. One of them actually did pass away, but it was from old age. A very common killer. Back to the traffic dungeon and Skipper at 524.
Well, that time of the day, very busy traffic everywhere, especially 85 northbound Bell to Taylor to Chantilly. 65 northbound, another real busy spot, as well as 65 and 85 through the interchange. East-South Boulevard, West Boulevard, really busy right now, and 231 to Wetumpka loaded up. No issues that we're aware of at the moment, but keep it here. We'll update you if we hear of any accident that's going to slow you down. Thurgood Marshall College funds Free Source Summer Camp. Registration now open at Trentham State. The SOAR program is designed to empower the next generation of leaders. Visit trenthamstate.edu for more information. Buckle up with J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
You tax us when we're born. You tax us when we're dead. You tax us when we eat. You tax us when we sleep. You tax us every which way. Get off of my back.
Y'all hear about all those politicians making money in the stock market?
Yeah, that Nancy Pelosi's making a killing.
Yeah, she is, and so is Coach.
Tommy Tuberville?
Yeah, he and Pelosi are making millions. Turns out old Senator Tuberville's trading ag futures while he's on the ag committee.
Wow, Tommy Tuberville's making a killing in the stock market.
Yep, just like Nancy Pelosi.
It's all just a big game to Coach Tuberville.
In 2024, Tommy Tuberville made millions trading stocks, just in 1 year.
Wonder what else there is.
So Tommy Tuberville is making millions in the stock market, all in the industries he regulates.
Tommy Tuberville's great at making millions for himself.
Now I want to know.
Just how much money did Tommy Tuberville and Nancy Pelosi make for themselves in the stock market?
Why don't we ask him? Let's call Tommy Tuberville. Ask him how much money he made himself in the stock market.
And tell him, for us, it's not a game.
This advertisement is paid for by the Alabama Leadership Fund.
Alabama weather will never fail to surprise you. Our lawns hardly get a chance to have any downtime, and as usual, it's already time to start getting ready for spring. This year, save the hard work and aggravation and call Alabama Lawns, the River Region's leader in weed control and fertilization services. What makes Alabama Lawns the River Region's best? It's the people. They have the experience, education, and commitment to customer satisfaction. Ask your neighbors. Alabama Lawns has been the Montgomery Advertiser's Reader's Choice Award winner 14 years in a row. The Alabama Lawn staff is made up of long-term employees and agronomy graduates, and the staff at Alabama Lawns attend annual continuing education classes. It pays to have someone that knows southern grass types and how to keep them green and flourishing. Call Alabama Lawns today at 272-7171. and let them show you real value in lawn maintenance service. Alabama Lawns, the company with black trucks and green lawns.
This is Jennifer Petrocelli, General Sales Manager and co-owner of Blue Water Broadcasting. If you're in outside sales and feel your income is capped, it might be time for a change. At Blue Water, top performers build strong books of business and create real income by helping local companies grow through radio and digital marketing, including social, streaming, and targeted campaigns. You'll prospect new business, manage your own accounts, and control your earning potential in a performance-driven environment. We're looking for motivated, experienced sales professionals who are ready to be rewarded for what they produce. If that sounds like you, send me your resume today at bluewaterbroadcasting.com.
Carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Taxes done soon. April 17th, they're due. Receipts are stacked up in a pile. Fun will make me smile, make me smile. Oh, I'm gonna get a new car. Or spend it all in the bar. Maybe I'll get a new boat. I can't wait for the day.
29 on News Talk 93. Here's a sad note for baseball fans. Davey Lopes, former Los Angeles Dodger, played for other teams as well, but primarily known for stays with the Dodgers, passed away. Let's see if I can get an age on that. That story just broke. You want some scores? Anybody want the scores from afternoon games?
No.
Okay. Just asking. J.D. Vance was in Budapest. This is going to sound stupid, but a lot of what I do does. Can I say? Was in Budapest, and every time I hear the word Budapest, I think of Ava Gabor, who was Mrs. Oliver Wendell Douglas on the old sitcom Green Acres. I still think that's a concept somebody should try in the modern era. This one little town in the middle of farmland where they just have limited access to the outside world through internet and stuff. They're just not hip to it. Because there were episodes of that show that still make me laugh. But so I think of Budapest and Lisa Douglas, but that's my issue. J.D. Vance was there in Budapest today. Let's listen to some of what he had to say at the Budapest airport. Okay, let me share this. We got, all right, I think you should be able to hear this.
To be the case, what we said is that the ceasefire would be focused on Iran and the ceasefire would be focused on America's allies, both Israel and the Gulf Arab states. Now, that said, the Israelis, as I understand it, again, I'm supposed to get a fuller report when I get on the plane, have actually offered to be, frankly, to check themselves a little bit in Lebanon because they want to make sure that our negotiation is successful. That's not because that is part of the ceasefire. I think that's the Israelis trying to set us up for success, and we'll, of course, see how that unfolds in the next few days. But, look, if Iran wants to let this negotiation fall apart in a conflict where they were getting hammered over Lebanon, which has nothing to do with them and which the United States never once said was part of the ceasefire, that's ultimately their choice. We think that would be dumb, but that's their choice.
Mr. Vice President, Iran is continuing to block the Straits of Hormuz. Do you have an expectation of when that strait is going to be open?
Well, we've already seen an increase in traffic today. Hopefully we'll see an increase in traffic tomorrow. We actually think that we are seeing signs that the straits is starting to reopen. I think you guys have probably seen oil prices have come down, so I think the oil markets, the gas markets are seeing the same thing. But the president's been very, very clear. The deal is a ceasefire, a negotiation. That's what we give. And what they give is the straits are going to be reopened. If we don't see that happening, the president is not going to abide by our terms if the Iranians are not abiding by their terms.
Mr. Vice President, Caroline Leavitt said you played a key role in these talks. Could you help us understand some details about that role? And do you think your well-known opposition to foreign wars generally was a factor that made you a key player in this?
Well, I appreciate Carolyn saying that. I mean, my key role was I sat on the phone a lot. I answered a lot of phone calls. I made a lot of phone calls. And again, I'm happy about where we are. I think the president has struck a good deal for the American people, but fundamentally, the Iranians have got to take the next step, or the president has a lot of options to go back to the war.
Do you know if Iranians requested that you join the talks?
I don't know that. I would be surprised if that was true. But, I wanted to be involved because I thought I could make a difference. And obviously, I think the people really on the ground doing the day-to-day negotiating have been Steve and Jared. They've done a great job. But we're going to keep on working this as a team, as we always have. Pete's been very helpful of the various military elements of this. Marco's obviously been extremely involved. We work as a team. We work effectively. And, I've been on the phone a lot the past couple of days, but we're glad to be where we are.
Mr. Vice President, how is the United States accomplishing its stated objective of ensuring Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon ever if they still have highly enriched uranium? And what's the plan to get uranium?
Well, look, I mean, this is one of the things, it's going to be one of the main subjects of negotiation, is that we want Iran to not be able to make a nuclear weapon. We want the nuclear fuel, which is something the president has made very clear. And there's, again, the way to think about this is the United States has certain demands and certain things that we want. The Iranians have things they can get out of the negotiation. The more that they're willing to give us, I think the more they're going to get things out of this negotiation. The president's talked about sanctions relief. The president's talked about economic partnerships and things like that. That's not going to happen unless the Iranians make a firm commitment to stop anything close to the development of a nuclear weapon. And
can't help but listen to him and snicker just a little bit. Him in a debate with AOC or Kamala. No contest. None at all. He is the real American story, too. It is 5:35 on News Talk 93.1 FM. Guys, quick message for you. First of all, I want to tell you that I have many friends, and I, of course, am a client at Montgomery Men's Health. And if there's one comment that's common to the conversations about Montgomery Men's Health, it's this: I wish I had made the call sooner. There's no mystery to this. This is medicine in action for your best interest and your overall well-being. Montgomery Men's Health, powered by Men's Pro. They've been doing this for years. Board-certified urologist runs the clinic. They had a great staff that answers questions. And as James V., one of the patients I know over there, said, they really care. They really pay attention to me and make me comfortable talking about the most uncomfortable things. My life is now on track in more ways than one. The first thing they do is the $99 testosterone test. You're working with urologists and providers. They run labs, build a plan around you. This is not a one-size-fits-all operation in any way, shape, or form. This is real medicine, not fly-by-night places or online ads that make promises that simply cannot be kept. They treat low testosterone, ED, weight loss, a common cause of ED, and even peptides like NAD and sermorelin. The results speak for themselves. Over 92% of men respond to treatment, but it's not going to knock on your door. You got to go get it. So stop waiting. Stop putting it off. Your lab panel and consultation are just $99. Call 334-440-3663. 334-440-3663, or visit them online and make the appointment there. MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. That's MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. Skipper's got traffic news coming up.
Well, at the moment, our busiest spots, I-65 northbound out of Montgomery, especially right before Cobbs Ford Road on up to Fairview Avenue and Highway 14 in Prattville, Millbrook. We've got a good bit of traffic on 85 northbound, kind of busy right around Ann Street and Jackson Hospital. Slow traffic, East Boulevard to Bell to Taylor on out to Chantilly.
It's always a crawl there every afternoon, and that is going on right now. Busy all over, but no reports of any issues anywhere. We will keep you updated. At Thompson Tractor, they help you with the big jobs, and their new service commitment includes next-day parts and 2-day repairs. This ensures you stay up and running without missing a beat. Thompson Tractor off I-85 just past Taylor Road. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Budget Floors and More, your new best friend.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed held his monthly briefing on Tuesday. The mayor said the city is seeing real measurable progress in reducing crime. Reed cited year-over-year declines that include violent crime down 13% and homicides down 39%. Mayor Reed stated overall crime in the city is down 22% so far this year. A homicide investigation is underway after one of the victims of a Montgomery evening double shooting has died. The incident happened just off Zelda Road in the 200 block of Gatsby Drive, where an adult male and a juvenile were wounded by gunfire. 18-year-old Vincent Grider died of his injuries on Monday. No update has been provided on the juvenile victim's condition. Time is running out for businesses in the city of Montgomery to file for grants from the American Rescue Plan Act. Up to $3 million in ARPA funds are still available, but the Montgomery City Council recently tabled a motion to open the application process. The deadline for applying for the small business grants is coming up in June. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
The employees of Adams Drugs would like to thank you for trusting us with your health care in 2025. We look forward to serving you and your family in 2026. You will continue to enjoy the same services such as immunizations, compounding, medication therapy management, delivery service, and wellness clinics, to name a few. Looking for that perfect gift for a loved one? Visit our Emily B. gift shop and find everything from Tyler candles to scout bags. Gift wrapping is available. If you have not visited Adams Drugs and experienced the award-winning customer service, we ask you to consider us for your prescription care in 2026. We have 12 convenient locations to serve you in the River Region. 8 in Montgomery, 1 in Wetumpka, Prattville, Millbrook, and Pine Level, Marbury. Please find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Running a facility is already demanding. You don't have time for miscleaning, sick days, or inconsistent results. At Janney King Gulf Coast, we have a proven method to solve those problems. Our franchise owners are trained and supported, and our franchise model means the people cleaning your building care about the outcome as much as you do. If your cleaning company is creating more work instead of preventing it, it's time for a clean that you can count on. Visit JannyKingCleans.com to learn more.
Hello, everyone. Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest news, Alabama values.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. It's time to schedule your spring tune-up with Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Don't wait. Schedule today. Give them a call at 334-277-2125. Alabama certification number 88007.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. If you got evening plans, maybe biscuits, baseball, the news is good. We'll drive through the evening hours tonight. There's a risk of some widely scattered showers, perhaps in the overnight hours. Our low temperature tonight falls to about 53. Tomorrow, Thursday, we're back to dry weather with a high up to about 74. Sun and cloud mix. On Friday, with a good bit of sun, I think we tease 80 degrees. We'll be in the neighborhood. And up to about 83 perhaps on Saturday with more sun. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
I love playing this from time to time, especially on days like today.
You got a campaign ending in chaos, and you got another campaign that was able to deploy 90,000 volunteers to knock on 3 million doors. Guys, the better campaign is going to win this one.
He's going to lose. It's not even going to be that close, actually. So I know everyone's talking about how close it's going to be, but they're just underrepresenting the women, and they're over-calculating because they've been embarrassed, the pollsters, twice.
What are we going to say to Donald Trump in November?
Bye, bye, bye.
He's never going to be president of the United States. Thank God he's not going to be that.
First of all, I'm not going to worry about it, Phil, because he's not going to win.
And he's asked me, why I was getting the champagne. And I said, because I'm going to be toasting Madam President tonight. And he just looked at me with kind of like a smirk on his face. And I said, she's going to win this, right? And he says, oh, well, it's very, very close. And I said, no, it's not.
The math has shown Donald Trump has no chance of winning in November of 24. He wouldn't even win Georgia.
Even though Donald Trump is going to claim victory, yeah, within a few hours, you're going to find out that's nonsense and that he lost badly.
All right, here it is, everybody. My final map. But I have to say, I'm not shy about putting 349 electoral votes in the lap of Harris. It's going to be a blowout.
Would people, in the light of this and all else that happened after the 2020 election, going to vote for him this time, who didn't the last time? Hard to believe.
We are one day away from this election, and I think a lot of people are going to be upset.
I would say take Harris over 270 electoral votes. This guy is a loser. He's fat. He's pathetic. He doesn't know where he is. He's confused. He's dazed. And I think people are going to see through that. And, a lot of these macho, guys, I don't think they think it's macho to attack women, attack Puerto Ricans. I mean, I don't think they're or blacks or anything else.
If you nominate Donald Trump as the Republican nominee, Joe Biden will win and Kamala Harris will become president. That's a fact. If Donald Trump becomes the Republican nominee, we will get a President Kamala Harris. You mark my words. He cannot win a general election. Donald Trump will not win the general election. You can have him win any primary you want. He will not win a general election. We will have a female president of the United States. It will either be me or it will be Kamala Harris.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump. That's not going to happen.
All right, this election alert means we are getting to our first big poll closing. Here are our first projections. There, NBC News projects that Donald Trump has won the presidential election in Kentucky, Indiana. In West Virginia, Donald Trump is the winner. Florida, Tennessee, Missouri, Alabama, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Arkansas, Texas, North Dakota, South Dakota. NBC News also projects a winner in the Wyoming presidential race, Mississippi, Louisiana, Ohio, Kansas, Utah, Montana, Iowa, the state of Nebraska in the presidential contest, Idaho. The first swing state is North Carolina, going to Donald Trump. Donald Trump has prevailed in the presidential race in Georgia. Pennsylvania, NBC now projects he is the winner of Michigan and its 15 electoral votes. Donald Trump is the winner in Alaska, picking up 3 more electoral votes. Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin. He is the winner of this race and will return to the White House as this country's 47th president.
Hey, look what happened. Is this crazy?
Yeah, how about that? But now he's insane, and he's going to nuke Iran. The irresponsible, oh God. Joining us here on the phone in a million billion years, you'll never guess who it is. 2 billion trillion.
Jay Quellen.
Yeah, that's good. Because she's going to be our morning sidekick.
I am.
I can't believe you found a day that you can actually join us for the show, me and Jay, while Uncle Chi-Chi is going shirtless at South Padre Island in Texas. And
so early.
That's the problem with morning shows.
Ugh.
They're very early.
But I'll be there. I'll be there with bells on and meatballs.
And meatballs. I mean, I can't believe
And
not only
meatballs.
do we have you to keep us company and participate, but
I'm feeding
you're
you.
feeding us. Wow. I am going to be in heaven tomorrow morning. I may
I
just
hope
let you
so.
talk
No.
while I sit and suck down meatballs between 6 and 9.
That's fine. I mean, I can do it. You show me how. You just work the board. That's all I need you for.
Okay, I'll be here. You know, I'll get paid.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to push the buttons.
Yeah, hey, hold on. That's what I'm known for. My great professional board work.
I mean, I'm really good at pushing Jared's buttons, but that's about it.
Well, I think,
Don't say a word.
you
Gave me a
know,
look.
I don't mean to steal from your incredible uniqueness, but I've known a lot of women that are good button pushers.
Yeah, it's a trait.
But sometimes you don't mind it, you know?
Specific. It's fine.
Yeah. Hey,
We're really good at
I had
it.
a story earlier today I wanted to get your opinion on. 'Cause it involved your wheelhouse, the family law. If I can't find it here in a couple of minutes, I'll give it to you tomorrow morning. But I thought of you as soon as I saw this. Hang on, Doritos are expensive. No, that's not it. Nope, it's not the Harbor Seal. Hang on, we're getting closer.
All of these sound very interesting, though. I must say.
Nope.
Out. Get.
Talking to me or
Not you
one of
guys.
the
The
children?
dog.
Okay.
The dog. But actually, one of the dogs this time.
This is all the showbiz crap from this morning. I think this is it. A judge in Oregon is getting backlash for bailing on cases because she's too busy running for re-election.
Ooh, that's not a good look.
No, I didn't think it would be. I mean,
That's not a
sorry,
good look.
I can't hear my cases today because, by the way, we had a wonderful interview earlier this afternoon.
Yeah?
With Bradley Eckdahl.
I'm gonna have.
I
Yeah, he's our municipal judge in Millbrook right now, and he's one of the 3 individuals running for the new judicial circuit seat in the 19th Circuit.
You know, you have so much time to talk to somebody, but if I had a one-word take on him, genuine.
Oh, absolutely. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, super nice guy, really knowledgeable, funny. He's really funny.
No, it was a pleasure to have him on the board with us.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the other things we may talk about tomorrow, banning your kids from social media could make it worse. I want to get your opinion on that.
Did you see that, what was it, Greece just passed some legislation, I think, this week. Starting next year, they're banning all social media for children 15 and under.
Wow. I think you're
I
going to
just
see
saw it
more
come
of that.
across Fox News.
I think there's going to be more of that.
Oh, wow.
I really do. In fact, we were talking earlier about, I visit this website, F My Life. It's people that have a bad day and they tell their story in a few sentences. And one of them involved a relationship. A woman who was out on a date, thought it was going pretty well. The guy says, I'm going to go smoke a cigarette. And he never came back. And can you imagine that kind of thing? I'm so glad that we didn't have to deal with that in high school, you know?
I don't remember when I was back in that scene if I ever experienced anything like that. But I mean, I cannot imagine having to deal with that.
The stress, you know? Tomorrow we may also hit you with boomer opinions that everybody can agree on.
Okay.
That's a possibility. I mean, we're going to have more than enough to talk about. And besides,
Well, I'll
half
be
the
there.
time my
Stop
face will...
fighting. That was the kids this time.
That's hilarious. So we'll see you first thing in the morning. I can't wait.
We shall. I'm making a chicken Alfredo for dinner if you want me to bring you some.
Oh,
I'm
my.
bringing you meatballs. You want some chicken Alfredo?
I love chicken Alfredo.
Might as well pack it up. Okay. I put broccoli in it. Is that okay?
I love broccoli, yes. And chicken, that's an
Wonderful. All right,
excellent combination.
Well, I put it in there because I hide it from my kids and they eat it. All right. I'll bring you some tomorrow.
We'll see you then.
Bye, guys.
Thanks. She's pretty amazing. All right, 5:52. This will be our final traffic update. How are we doing, Mr. Skipper?
Traffic continues to be busy this afternoon on interstates and boulevards. 231 to Wetumpka, light to mostly moderate traffic. Still seeing some busy traffic. 85 northbound Bell to Taylor to Chantilly. I-65 and 85 still light to moderate through the interchange. Boulevards busy. We'll keep you updated, but right now, no accidents to report that we're aware of. We will let you know if anything happens. McKinnon Toyota has the Toyota you want, plus small town service and the lowest tax rates in Alabama. Family owned and operated, it is worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
I'm Stephanie Bryan, chairwoman of the Porch Creek Indians. Tourism and hospitality are more than industries to the Porch Creek Indians. Providing a warm welcome is part of our heritage. It's central to who we are. From Atmore to Aruba, we've created more than 20 unique travel and tourism destinations, providing unforgettable guest experiences and life-changing career opportunities for our tribe and our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. Learn more at porchcreekindians.org.
A new year brings new opportunities, and right now the market is starting to shift.
Interest rates are beginning to come down, which means more buying power and more options for buyers who've been waiting.
If you're thinking about buying a home, this could be the moment to take that next step.
And whether you're buying, selling, or investing, having experience on your side matters more than ever.
At Hannah and Eddie Realty Group, we're also growing our team.
If you're an experienced agent ready to make a difference in this market and want to be part of a team that values knowledge, support, and results, call Hannah and Eddie Realty Group, where opportunity meets experience.
Don't you love the feeling of coming home to a clean house? Let Southern Bell's cleaning service get your home in order. Families in the River region trust Southern Bell's because they know Callan and Jesse will show up on time and believe in cleaning the old-fashioned way. They bring all their own supplies and specialize in full-service, residential, commercial, vacant properties, and construction cleanup. Estimates are always free. Call Southern Bells today at 546-0715 or follow them on Facebook at Southern Bells Cleaning River Region.
E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free. E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free.
At E-Bike Oasis, we're more than just Montgomery's best electric bicycle store. E-Bike Oasis offers free